are here. Apologies for being late. Couple of technical issues and a guest was running late, so I do apologise for that. Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, the 9th of October, 2021. It is 5 days until my birthday, and I hope you are all very well today. On to the news. The news this week. Same shit as always, but here goes. Hellraiser, the Hellraiser movie, is casting a transgender actor in the role of Pinhead. Moving with the times, I guess. More Disney news. Seems to be kind of Disney stuff most weeks these days. Disney, who are so bereft of fresh ideas, are planning a spin-off from WandaVision with Agatha Harkness starring. Can't wait for that one. On to James Bond. No Time to Die dropped this week in the US. And guess what? Some of the big YouTubers being very upset with the movie. Probably felt the same way last week when I left the theatre. You know what? It's it's pretty bad. It's a bad feeling, yeah. But there you go. I did see, actually, coincidentally, that some YouTubers were even drowning their sorrows live on air. But you know what? There's always a silver lining, because it's not all bad when you are given a $500 Playmobil freebie and stroke it live on air as if it was a 24-inch man sausage with USB connectivity. You know who you are. Okay, then. Shall we get the guests out? I think we should. So, first up, she's the Princess of Xanadu, but she's the queen of this channel. Daniel Craig fan. Oh, sorry, that's from last week. All the way from the land of Texas Landshire, it is Renier.
Hello.
Hiya.
How are you today?
I'm okay. Are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So I did want to comment on one thing.
Careful.
No, it's Misa not talking about that. What I was going to say is, so I don't know why anybody's surprised by this James Bond thing. Over a year ago, it was reported that this was going to be a hella woke film, and they even went to do reshoots. And I'm not sure why everybody's surprised or upset. I just don't get it. I expected it to be this bad. And yeah, I've been expecting it to be this bad for over a year since it was reported. So it's really shocking that everybody's so surprised. I
am all for a happy finish.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big advocate of happy finishes, and didn't get a happy finish on this one.
No. And I'm not gonna, I vote with my wallet, and it's just, I'm not going to give them my money. It's not worth it.
There were, I would say there was probably plot flaws, but I didn't have a problem with that. It was just the ending I had a problem with. So anyway, shall we get the next guest out?
Do it.
Next up, he's the brawler from Leicester, the channel's very own Mr. Sandman lyricist, Star Wars fan, novelist, and Street Fighter himself. It's Swap Shop.
I've got no idea what you're talking about, mate. No idea.
No. Are you well?
Bond is dead. Spoilers.
Like my sex life.
Hello.
Like his sex life as well. Jeez. Did he get it up once in that movie? I don't know if he did.
No, he's too old. He can't have sex anymore.
Just
He needs
keeping the
Viagra.
British. It was just. It wasn't even keeping the British end up, was he?
Oh, Ian is just seething backstage right now. He really is. Even though he's already seen it like days ago, I can tell. You just poke him and steam comes out of his ears when he talks about Bond. You know what I mean?
I would like. Sorry, Matthew. I would like to do a one-on-one stream with Mega Geek discussing No Time to Die.
Oh,
I
he could go on forever. I bet he could go on forever about
I think we'll be in tears by the end of it.
that.
So, are you good, my friend?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm glad. I'm better now. I've seen everybody here, including you three.
From
you
one
two,
party to another.
Aw.
Life
Yes.
is good.
You two and the people
Okay.
backstage as well. I'm very happy to see everybody. Indeed.
Shall
Aw,
we get the
that's
next
sweet.
guest out?
You it.
All the way from New York, New York. It's so good. They named it twice. Here he is. It's the wingman of the channel. It is Peacat.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
Hello,
Hey,
Peacat.
what up, Peacat?
I have to take your side, Mr. Brown. But I have to add something. Not only do I want to see a happy ending when it comes to a Bond movie,
I'll be
I
finished,
like
yes.
that in real life as well.
Happy endings are awesome.
I think, as I said yesterday on the stream yesterday, we are white males. We are going to be punished because we've been very, very naughty boys.
You can't
Brown,
help
do
your
you think-
genetics.
Brown, do you think we can get away with it if we overdo the tan lotion a little bit and just walk around society looking a little bit darker than normal?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Or will that get us more trouble? You think?
More trouble.
If I can answer that, I think I would probably make a lot of money. The way things are going. So you're good, Peacat.
All good, and first time seeing Kick-Ass.
Oh,
Really?
Look
Wow.
at
Yeah.
you!
What?
Look
Or
at
this
you!
morning for the
It's 10
first time.
years old, bro.
Look
Yeah, I know.
at you!
One of those movies that I never got around to.
What do you think? Oh, we'll find out.
Oh
obviously.
yeah, we'll find out what do you think soon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what the next question is, don't you, Peacat?
No.
Bring out the next guest.
Shall we
Ding,
wheel
ding,
him
ding.
out?
Oh, come on, man.
Gosh.
Here he is.
Roll him out.
A kindred spirit, Mr. Grumpy.
Oh,
Oh.
Hello, Ian.
bless him.
Hello, Rennie. Hello, Swap Shop. Hello, Peacat.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, Wheels.
Oh, sorry.
Don't-
Right. Okay. I do.
Every time Brown slags me off, you know he's jealous because I can walk and he has a stick. That's what I can say. So there you go.
Oh. Shots
Yeah. And
fired.
the end is covered in dog shit. Yes.
See,
how are
Mr.
you?
Brown,
How are you
that's
guys?
why-
All right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you, Ian?
Sorry, I'm drinking. Apart from looking at Bond and being upset that he's dead,
Oh,
I'm all right. Yeah. You know.
could you just sum that up in one sentence?
What? Sum up what? James Bond.
Our heroes being deaded.
He's dead. He's been killed, and it wasn't ambiguous. It was an explosion, and you see him get blown to bits.
Oh
So
my God.
you know they're killing off all our heroes, aren't they? I mean, Swap Shop knows this more than me. They haven't stopped at Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. They've killed off He-Man, and there's more to come.
They
They're
killed
probably
him
So-
twice.
And they're going
Yeah.
through it with a pen and they're crossing them all off as they go.
Yeah, because they're white. That's the only reason why they're doing it. It's because they're white, and well, it's racism, of course, on a huge scale. But then again, this isn't our world anymore. This is not my world. It's the generation.
Generation blue hair.
So, yeah, it's their world, and just leave them to it, I guess. Nothing we can do about it to stop it, really, unless we veto not going to the cinema ever on those films. But some idiot's going to go and watch it, or a load of people are going to go, and it's going to keep it alive. So
I know. I heard people in Sainsbury's in the week. They were just saying, "Oh, I went to see
10
James
minutes.
Bond the other night," and I was like, "Oh, why, you idiot? Why?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?"
Walked in, you know.
yeah,
I just don't think they get it, do they?
they're normies.
Yep.
They don't get
They just
anything.
do what they're told, you know. They do what they're told.
Yeah, yeah.
Before we move on, Krual Birab in the chat. Hello, Krual. When I was at the cinema on Thursday, we saw trailers for Bond, Dune, and Marvel's Eternals.
I'm
The
guessing they were
Dune-
seeing possibly Venom in that case.
Probably. It sounds
Probably.
like it, doesn't it? The Dune, whatever you want to call it, trailer at the cinema. Fucking hell, I cannot wait to see it.
I've got to
Okay.
admit, man, I tell you what, that just looks absolutely superb. That movie really, really does.
Tickets
I don't want to
booked.
see it. I don't want to see it. Not interested in
Yeah.
Dune, nor am I interested in Eternals. Not going to go and see them.
Interested in Dune
Yeah.
at all, but that trailer kind of triggered me. And I
It's
thought,
Dennis.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not interested
well.
in Dune either, to be honest with you. It's just even the old school movie I don't really care for either. I'm
Me
not
neither,
interested in
no.
that subject matter.
I like the way
Yeah.
it looked, but as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't that kind of real great entertainment roller coaster ride that people need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This new one, I'm willing to give it a bit of a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but how many times did you see Zendaya in that trailer?
Ugh.
She's
Not
in the
enough
movie.
times.
She's hardly in the movie, apparently.
Oh yeah, we'll find out, right? If I do see
Well,
it, which I'm probably not
yeah.
going to.
Who knows?
There
But I
you
mean,
go.
that's the best sort of option we have for kind of real kind of out there sci-fi at the moment, and I'm kind of excited for it just for that alone. I think. But
It was
Hmm.
Venom 2, by the way.
I bet it was. Yeah. Well done, Cruel. Well done. You're taking one for the team, mate.
Okay. I'm just going to say, for the record, when we do the movie reviews on Saturday, I only ask one condition, is that you've seen the film, and that's it. So if you've not watched it, you ain't coming on. So okay, so I was going to do some Batman stuff, Catwoman, Supergirl,
Oh, man.
but I had a senior moment. I had a mega geek moment. So
Steady.
plus, there is just so many stills for Kick-Ass. We would literally be here all night. So I think we should just get straight into Kick-Ass,
Do it.
and then we'll do the other shit next week. So okay, so blurb.
It's a good
Okay,
poster.
so
Yeah.
Kick-Ass 2010. Can you believe it? 11 years already.
Oh, God, don't do that to me.
I know.
It was a
crazy.
Saturday night, and I was infused to go see this film. I went out of my way on a Saturday night to watch this film.
What sold you on it? What made you think, like, oh my God, I have to see this film?
I don't know. It just looked like something that I'd want to see. And obviously, because the Marvel stuff was going on at the same time. But wow. What an eye opener. We will speak about that in a moment. Okay, so blurb. Directed by Matthew Vaughn. Starring Aaron Johnson, Christopher Mintz. Is it Plassey?
I think it's Plots or
Plots.
Plots, something like that.
Chloe Grace Moritz, the wonderful Mark Strong,
Oh, he's awesome.
and up until this moment, I was not a fan of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Screenplay by Jane Goldman, which I think is Jonathan Ross's missus. Screenplay Jane Goldman, Matthew Vaughn, based on Kick-Ass by Mark Millar, John Romita Jr. Produced by Matthew Vaughn, Brad Pitt, Chris Feikia, Adam Bowling, Tarquin Pack, David Reed. Music by John Murphy, Henry Jackman, Marius DeVilles, and I think it's Leanne or Lan Escuri. Budget was $28 million. Gross worldwide, $96 million. So runtime, 3 minutes shy of 2 hours. So as a fresh viewer to the film, PCAT, did you enjoy the film?
Loved it. Loved it. Went in with high expectations. And to piggyback off what you said about Nicolas Cage, this is the first time I watched a Nicolas Cage movie that I enjoyed that was actually good, as opposed to I enjoyed it because it was so bad that it was good. Like Con Air comes to mind as a movie that I enjoyed, but it just it's tough to recommend to people because it's just so bad. It's laughable. This I enjoyed.
He, I don't know, he just seemed totally suited for this role. The way he played it just sold me, and I kind of thought it was a highlight of the film.
Yeah, like an Adam West type of. At least it says when I was reading some of the trivia, had like an Adam. He modeled his speech patterns after Adam West from Batman.
Yeah. So you said you've not seen this film until today,
Till this morning, correct?
and I'm guessing you, as I said, you were not disappointed at all. And do you wish that all films were made like this still?
This is better than probably 90% of the comic book movies I've seen in the last few years.
Like MCU.
Yeah, MCU. MCU can learn a thing or two because the humor in this was well balanced, where MCU's humor has now become just very cringeworthy.
Yeah, dad jokes.
This was 2 years after the original Iron Man,
Mm-hmm.
and this was at a time where Marvel was just finding its feet, and I would say was pretty good. What do you think, Swap Shop?
Yeah, I have to agree. I was all over this comic before this film was even considered being made.
Oh, wow.
And I can't remember how I heard about the original comic, but I started reading issue 1, and all the other issues were available because I was kind of a latecomer to it. But I read the first one, and I was in. I was down. I was with it. I loved it so much, and I had to get all the others immediately, and I just read them all the way through. And I was done within like a day, and utterly loved the story. And then, like about several months later, I found out they were planning a movie, and I just could not believe it. I just thought, wow. Of course, this was like eons before the whole woke plague has taken hold of the entertainment industry. So back when you could actually be excited about something. And I just wondered how they were going to accurately put this to the screen. I thought to myself, wow, I mean, this could be great as far as superhero comic book movies go, because the original comic was so true and down to earth and to real life representation of real life. It wasn't about superheroes and superpowers and being crazy and fantasy. This was like, you know, down to the gutter level kind of violence and action, you know, a bit like Batman in a way. So, you know, the MCU was going in a completely different direction, and I looked at this and thought, you know, wow, man, this sounds like it's totally something new, which is what Mark Millar was trying to go for with his comics. He was trying to go for a complete representation of the real world over what we had with Marvel and DC and any other superheroes. He was like, what would actually happen in real life? So I was dead excited for this, man. I'm really, really excited.
So genuine fan of Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I just adored the original comics. If anyone out there hasn't seen or read the original comics, my God, you've got to read them. Even if you're not a comic book person, please read them, because they're so much better than the movie. The movie, as far as I'm concerned, was actually pretty good, but the comics are just way, way above it. They really, really are. The graphic novel, at least. Just the whole approach to the real world scenario of superheroes and how they would exist in real life and what would actually happen was genius. A genius idea on Millar's part. It really was. And he's done that with a lot of other properties of his as well. And I think they tried to create a Millar-verse with all the characters in the same of it, like, you know, DC, Marvel, whatever. Yeah. But this was like the premiere title. And it blew me away when I read it, because it was so many years before I'd read any other superhero type comics. And they just turned me off with the fact that you had to have like such a back knowledge of all these other stories and characters and powers and heroes and stuff. And you just think, oh, I can't take this anymore. And then Mark Millar comes out with a fresh new IP like this, with a brand new idea and a totally genius approach to the whole genre. Blew me away, utterly blew me away, and still does today when I think about it. And this film's great as an inspiration from those things, but nowhere near as good as those things. So whether you hate or like this movie, doesn't matter. Read those original stories.
It's always a genuine joy to have you on this channel when you're... Because I didn't know you was into Kick-Ass, that when you're enthused about something. So it's always really, really great to hear your excitement. Gay!
Yeah.
Good for you! Rennie, I know you viewed this today, like me
Yeah.
also.
One of my favorite movies of all time, to be honest. But I, like Matt, got into the comics a few years before like the movie started, or before the movie came out. I think somebody's really struggling in the background. I can hear a lot of noise. But
Probably Matt.
but yeah,
I'll just mute him.
I really got into the comic books myself, and same thing as Matt, like kind of like Batman, but you know, for a guy with no money to just go out on the streets, no superpowers, and just try to do the right thing by humanity. And he's just a kid. Pretty awesome concept. He does have a life kind of similar to Peter Parker, but again, no superpowers. And so I was very interested to see what they were going to do with it. And I was not unimpressed with it. Of course, it's not just like the comic book, but I love the fact that they kept the gritty realness to it. And they kept the, you know, because Kick-Ass has some rude humor in the comics. So they kind of did that with this, but it was kind of pulled back a little bit, but still funny stuff. I like Nicolas Cage as Big Daddy. And I liked Chloe Grace Moretz's as Hit Girl, which is what my filter is as close to Hit Girl as possible with the pink hair and all that stuff.
Yes.
But it's still my face. It's just, you know, got some craziness on it. But so I always thought that Hit Girl was a really cool character. She's a young girl that gets trained in the arts of weapons and, you know, trained how to fight. She's really badass. And this is before the whole woke movement. So it's not like they were trying to say, hey, throw it in your face like everybody should be like her. She's stunning and brave. No, it's just like, this is a really awesome character. I love her. So I don't know. Great movie. I really enjoyed watching it again. It's definitely part of my collection at home. So I love my physical media. Highly recommend getting whatever physical media you can get your hands on before everybody edits and or destroys what you love. Back to you, sir.
Bear with me.
Nice.
I do not own many DVDs. That is one of them.
Nice.
So, genuine fan, much like me, I just think it's such a great film.
Love it.
And when I went to the cinema to watch it, just not disappointed at all. Just wow, just won over totally. Okay, so here he is. Ian, so thoughts, my friend, Kick-Ass.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was sorry if I'm a bit tired because I've been working today, so you must excuse me. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I read the comics before I saw the film, like Matt. And I really like the comics. The comics far more you think the film's violent, the comics even worse.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the production team did a good job on it. It's very colourful. Obviously, it relies on a lot of stuff that's come before it, Spider-Man, all the comic genres.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable enough. I thought. I went to see it, came out of the cinema, and then basically went to the comic store and brought Kick-Ass 2 because I think he just brought Kick-Ass 2 comic out to coincide with the movie because I read the first one. So the thing is, though, in the comics, he draws. The art is very weird. I don't know how you find the art, Matt. He draws them like they're really tiny.
Yes.
Like Matt's still there. No, he's probably drinking his cider somewhere else. But yeah, in the comics, he draws them like they're kids. He draws them like they're 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. Do you find that, Matt? Oh, he's not there. I thought he was there just a minute ago.
No, I kind of agree with that.
I am here.
Are you just saying?
Victor Jr. is like, he's really basic with his artwork.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's really expressive, but that's his style. He did it with like Superman and stuff in the DC comics and stuff as well.
No, but when he drew Mindy in the comics, she looked like she was 5.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
I think that was the intention, though. He was supposed. He was trying to make her look younger than she actually is because she was really skinny. But that, I mean, I gathered that was his style right from the start, though.
Yeah, but as I said, I actually, the comics are far more violent than the film. But I was quite surprised they got Nicolas Cage to play that character, though. But I enjoyed it. That's where I shall stop.
He was good though as Big Daddy, wasn't he?
It was a lot of fun. You can tell he was having a lot of fun. The thing is that I should never have read the comic, because if I'd never read the comic before I saw the film, then it would have been a surprise to me that he was shooting his own daughter with a gun and a bulletproof vest and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
but obviously because I read the comic and stuff, I knew what was going on. But yeah, also I love the shortcuts that the film made where they're explaining what happened to Big Daddy, and they have that cartoon
Yes.
Oh yeah.
thing that happens and stuff.
Taken from the original comics, apparently.
I got a question. So for the guys that have seen read the comics, so now is Nicolas Cage's character, is he killed off in the comics the way he was in the movie?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was he? I think he was.
I thought
Yeah.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets burnt in the chair.
Yeah.
In the
'cause
comic
I
as well.
expected him to die in this movie.
No, because
So, yeah.
he gets killed in the comics, and then in the second one, his daughter goes to school, and I can't remember what's happened in the second one, but I remember buying it. I've got it somewhere. I haven't read it in years, but yeah, he gets killed. He does get killed. Where is Matthew?
He's
Matt?
probably escorting some mad person. to the door.
Okay. Right. Yeah. That's. I think it was enjoyable enough.
Yeah.
Personally. Yeah.
Okay, so shall we just kind of, as I said, I went to the cinema to see it, and I think when the film starts and it goes, you're at the top of the skyscraper with the Romanian or whatever his nationality, or Ukrainian, flying off the building,
Mm-hmm.
and then it hits the car. I just thought, okay, this is where it's going, and I was in. I just thought, I was in from that moment. So, because I don't think you wouldn't at the time you would not see anything like that on Marvel. But,
Yeah, you did. There were comics just as violent as Kick-Ass in Marvel. It's just a different kind of comics,
yeah,
really.
but not at the cinema, because obviously.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, not at
Well-
the cinema.
I was gonna say maybe the Punisher, but no, not really.
But this is actually the Punisher was just as violent. The one with Jane was his name.
So, yeah, Thomas Jane.
Thomas
I
Jane.
love that movie. I don't really like the other one.
No, the other one was absolute rubbish.
Warzone,
Yeah.
that was the villain was the villain. To me, the villain, the campiness of the villain was a Jigsaw. Destroyed that whole movie.
It did. Yeah, it did.
I just
I
couldn't
thought-
stand Ray Stevenson as the Punisher. It didn't fit.
No, it didn't.
The violence aspect of the Punisher with Ray Stevens, they got right, but I thought he was bland as the Punisher, and like I was saying, the villain was just too goofy to belong in a Punisher movie.
Yeah.
But what about the first Punisher with Drago?
Oh, with what's his name? The MIT graduate. God. What? Oh yeah, Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren, yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah. I didn't mind that movie. It was cheesy, but it was kind of
Typical canon film of the
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it was. He did look good as the Punisher, though. I got
Yes.
Except
that
they
I
didn't
agree
give him the
with.
skull on the shirt, which I still
No.
can't figure out why.
Yeah,
But he
I don't
also
know why.
looked good as He-Man.
He did. He did. He did.
Another
Yeah.
great canon film.
Not Brian Young, the wonderful Not Brian Young in the chat. Tom Jane's Punisher was terrific.
Yes.
I did like it, but it was I mean, they just stuck that stuff in about the neighbors and all that, and that
Yeah.
wasn't in the comics at all. But he looked more like the Punisher than anyone, in my opinion. Even more so than that fella they got to play in the Netflix version. But anyway,
I
that's
think
my
he's the
thought.
best Punisher we got, but that's,
There's a short video.
I know.
Thomas
on
Jane.
with Thomas Jane. I think it's called Dirty Laundry.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I thought was even better as far as getting the tone of the Punisher right than even his
Exactly.
movie.
Thing is, though, the Punisher is definitely a character that is absolutely screwed up in the
Yeah.
head. You know, so I mean, in comics they do portray him like that. You know, I remember in one comic where he accidentally shot a kid, and he had no remorse whatsoever. So he's definitely gone in the head. But they don't portray him like that in the films. They portray him with some kind of moral compass. He does have a moral compass, but not so much in the comics, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So, yeah.
Shall we commence with the 7 million stills.
Marv.
Yes.
Marv.
Do you guys know why he does this on his movies, by the way?
Yeah, Marv. Where does the name come from?
Well, I don't. It has to do with his name, but the reason he does the multicolor, or now he does, I think it's just red and green, is because he's colorblind. Matthew Vaughn is colorblind.
Top trivia.
Yeah, I found that out a couple years ago, and I was like, oh. So yeah, he does like now. I think it's just red and green, or is it red and blue? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, because he does the. It's like the eye test, the kind of green and red dots where you have to make out the numbers.
Yeah,
as you're doing a British eye test.
Who's he married to?
Claudia Schiffer.
He thought she was a brunette, I believe. Well, there you go.
I thought it was Claudia Schiffer.
I know. I know. He's colorblind. It's a joke.
I know. I was like, is that a colorblind joke? I think that's I got you.
No, right.
No
I was going to say he
coloured
thought she was
jokes
a
on this
redhead,
channel.
but...
Very droll, Ian. Very droll.
It was cute.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'll give you that one.
It was cute.
That was way over my head. Well done, mate.
It started like Superman, didn't it? It was kind of like
Ian, I do love
version of
you.
it.
You know that I
like
do
Superman.
love you, don't you?
Yeah.
You're just because I just know how you think.
You were going to say that, were you? There you go. A bit like Superman. Plan B is that's Brad Pitt's company, isn't it? Plan B.
It's also a birth control.
I know.
Very much the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
How does Vaughn know Brad Pitt? Is it just kind of the circles he kind of keeps?
And you get 10 points for that one. Yes, it is. Of course it is. If you're rich or if you're have a lot of money, you're going to travel in those circles. There's no way you're not.
It's got to be something to do with the missus as well, then.
Yeah, well,
Probably.
yeah, that too, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So, as we said, the opening titles, A Love Letter to Superman.
Kind of, I reckon. Kind of a low budget version of the beginning titles in Superman.
A computerized, non-optical version.
Yeah, it works. It's a nice start. I love the way it transitions between that and the rooftop. It's quite nice.
Yeah. I think Rennie hated that joke so much she's gone critical mass.
She'll be back. Where is she operating from anyway, Rennie?
That's a very deep question. Where is Rennie operating from?
You know what I mean. She's in the States, right? But what part of the state?
Texas.
Texas. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the opening scene, a Ukrainian or some East European person who's with a mental condition who thinks he's a Superman, a superhero. It does look very pretty.
Right. It's kind of like a red cape in it, kind of Superman-ish, isn't it?
Yeah, so, and the New York looks kind of, I don't know, it just looks very kind of computerized.
That's because it is.
Oh, is it?
Of course it is. Yeah.
All right, okay. Very early computerized graphics then.
No, the computer graphics in this film was quite good. It's, there's lots of stuff that's in there that you probably don't recognize or don't see, and also they shot a lot of it in England as well.
They did
this film, so yeah. So there you
go. Some of the effects did look dated when I was looking tonight, but right, okay. So we'll just go through the stills then until
Rennie's back.
I'm back.
So he's on the top of the building and thinks he can fly.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
His costume's cool, though, right?
Yeah.
You think his costume's cool?
Yeah, and the use of colours, red and cyan, and very good.
The film's colourful, full stop, isn't it?
Very good.
If you look at the colours in the film, it's very, very kind of comic. They tried to make it comic bookish. So
yeah, very good
complementary
colour theory going on as well. So it just looks great.
Yeah.
So all the crowds are just, yay, yes, fuck yeah.
It's not really a crowd, is it? It's the extras they got in on green screen, and they just plastered them into the shot, didn't
Yeah.
they?
That's pretty good then.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
And then, as I
might
said,
be
at this
there.
moment, at this moment, I was sat in the cinema. I didn't know where this was going to go, and then here we go.
Condor Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. He looks like Condor Man, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Michael Crawford.
Yeah, some movies do have them,
Yeah.
and then bang.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
PCAT, was you expecting him to hit the?
I had a
taxi?
feeling, but I still busted out laughing when it happened because I was all right. Now I know really where the tone of this movie's going.
I thought it was a great intro, wasn't it, to the movie?
Yeah.
PCAT, what kind of a person are you? This man just got killed, and you're laughing. What the hell?
Okay, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
Not me, I laughed.
This is your home city, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's England with
Canary
an
Wharf.
American car. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Was any of it shot in the States?
Yeah. Some of it, a lot of it was shot in the States, but most of the interiors were shot in England.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to save on money, I think.
Did you know at the time this was being filmed? This was probably 2009.
I was on set when my friend was on set, and I know
Ooh.
Matthew. I know Matthew from a long time ago. So yeah, I was there basically. So, but that was in England. That bit was shot in England. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Boom.
There he is. Look, how could you laugh at that?
This is perfect
It's
to the original
funny.
comic. This is,
Yeah.
I love it. I love how accurate this is to the source material. This whole sequence.
Yeah, I agree.
Would they have shipped that broken car in from the States then?
Yeah, they basically probably brought it, or they probably brought a car that looks similar and paint. So basically, they buy the car in.
Yeah.
They go to a place where they have American cars. They bring that in, and then the broken one, they'd get a car that looks a similar shape and paint it and make it, because it's going to be crushed,
Okay.
and make it look like the cab basically. So they don't destroy the real car, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's probably what they did.
Fair enough.
Kick-ass.
Dave is doing a monologue over the top of this, isn't he? And then
Yes, he is.
I'm kick-ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes to the number plate.
Hmm.
I would say it's been quite a while since I've seen this film. So
That's an old New York plate too. That goes back to the 70s and 80s. That plate.
And also, he mentions MySpace, so it must be a
Yes.
time when there wasn't
Yeah.
Facebook or
God, was it
Twitter
really
and
that
stuff
long
like
ago?
that.
Was it really
Sorry?
that long ago?
Yeah, well, it was
MySpace.
as Brown says, it came out, I think, a year after Iron Man. So we're talking about how many years ago? So
It was
11.
2 years.
Yeah, it was released April 2010. Obviously made 2009.
So yeah, so it was, the social, stuff was just starting, wasn't it? It was just kicking off with MySpace and yeah,
Yeah.
good old days.
MySpace was Facebook before
Oh, yes.
Facebook.
Little did we know.
Not Brian Young in the chat. Just turned on Sky Showcase, and it's the Dark Knight Stephen Amore scene.
Oh god, yeah.
I don't know.
So he's not watching the show; he's watching the Dark Knight. Thanks, thanks, Brian.
Wow, Brian. No, just kidding.
I do have some news on Stephen Amore, by the way. He's been having a few health issues, which is why he's not been about. So he says he's going to be back at some point. I told him that we miss him. So
Yeah.
Yes.
so on 40 minutes, he knows that we miss him. So he should
well
be
soon,
back soon.
Stephen. We miss you, man. We miss you.
Yeah.
Get better soon,
Come back
pal.
when you can.
Mm.
We'll be here.
Right. So 6 months earlier.
Yeah, I
In
think
kind
this
of
was shot in Canada. I think this bit. I don't know. I think it was shot in
Well,
Canada.
what films aren't?
Yeah, well, it's a cheap version of America, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
Well, it's a tax write-off thing, from what I hear,
that's
right?
right. Yep, Vancouver. Vancouver, they usually shoot in, don't
Yeah.
they?
Not
Yeah,
a snowy
typical.
day, obviously.
What's that?
Not a snowy day.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Dave.
And he doesn't look like that in the comics because he's
No,
blonde.
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And also, did you not
notice?
notice in the second film they changed the policeman, didn't they? It was it was
Oh,
an
did they?
unknown. Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
unknown actor in this one, and then they got a known actor to play the same character in the
You're
second
talking
one.
about Marcus.
Yeah,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Iron
Because
Man
I
all
noticed
over
that too, and I
again.
was like, that's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it's not him. It
Just
looks
like Evan
close.
Peters' character got changed in the second one too.
Yeah. And he's far too big because in the comics this guy's meant to be quite small with blonde
He's
hair.
tiny, isn't he? He's really skinny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. It's the odds are against him,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
does it anyways. Yeah.
I will say we've reached the time of the evening where
Bacon.
Mayor McCheese in the house. Bring us some bacon.
bacon.
You need a bacon sizzling sound effect.
Me
just for
love
that.
bacon.
He should have a face of someone called Kevin and then add the bacons. That's what he should do.
Oh my! I told him you should add a picture of Mayor McCheese from McDonald's. That's a real
Of
character
course,
from
of
McDonald's.
course. Yeah.
And use
Don't
that
even
as his
know the
avatar.
character.
Tim Possible is in also. Hello, Tim.
Timmer.
Hello, Tim. Oh,
Hello, Tim.
Right, so back to the stills.
Yeah.
So Dave embarrasses himself with, is it Katie?
The girl that he fancies, the girl thinks he's gay.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Makes an ass of himself.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really. He just thought she was talking to
No.
him.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's like, "Hey, gorgeous. Hey." Oh.
So
not me.
he goes back home,
Yeah.
visiting the whack-off warehouse.
Yes.
after
So many
he'd
freaking
seen his-
tissues.
Whack off. We're in England. We say wank. Okay,
No,
we're
but
not
in the movie they
Americans.
said
We
whack.
don't say whack off. We say wank off. That's what we say.
It's really weird whenever you say the word whack
Wacka
off.
wacka.
It reminds me of the Wacom graphics tablets because I've got one.
Yeah.
And so straight away, I'm thinking, whack off. What is that? A budget version of Wacom? What the hell? What?
Maybe
I tell
that's a
you-
tablet made for porn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, all due respect to this actress here, they could have at least got a better looking
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's like all
Oh, we,
old,
um,
but then she has these huge boobs.
Yeah.
The mature woman.
I know, but
Yeah.
they could have got a better looking teacher. But I mean, no disrespect to her or anything. I just thought, okay,
Are you
Well,
sure
it's not
about?
older,
Are you
very
sure about that,
attractive
Ian?
what's that? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You haven't a go again, are you, Brown?
He's not looking at her face.
No, she's not. She's horrible. I find her not attractive at all. She's got big boobs, but
What if she put
No.
a bag on her head?
no,
Moving on.
still not.
Oh,
You could throw a comic on her face and just
So
do it for
I will
laughs.
say for the gents on the stream, we've all been there with that one.
Not with her, I haven't.
Now with a
With these,
skeleton
we
face.
have. Yeah, his hormones are raging, aren't they? So anything
God.
stimulates him.
Mm.
Well, look, I mean, he's got a Mac, isn't he? Look at that.
Yes, it was so good to see all the old cutting edge 10-year-old technology, much like my computer.
Windows 7, or like whatever it was.
Lots of Apple placement, I noticed.
Yeah.
There you go. And Katie,
Oh, she's very attractive. This one, isn't she? Look at that.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
I picked her.
Yeah. She's starting in a lot of stuff. I think she was in an episode of House, I think.
She started in The Young and the Restless, which is
Did she? Oh.
yeah, it's an American soap opera. So.
And this one's gorgeous as well, isn't she? This one here.
Yeah.
She must have a mixture of Asian in her.
Yeah.
She looks like she's got those eyes, but she's gorgeous. Look at that.
Styled
Look
not to
at
be,
that.
but she is. You're right.
The fabulous Real Honis in the chat, friendly fun bags.
Oh dear.
And then he says, now the stream gets good.
Gets God, you mean?
So
Yeah, she's they're
I
Pretty
both
as
really
a-
nice.
pretty as a
I just
picture.
thought, wow, oh my God, she's hot. She's hotter than the other girl. Wow, what?
They're both hot, both of them.
Yeah.
both
It's
hot.
always
Yeah.
the friend who's the quiet one.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm quite surprised that they haven't pitched her with someone that's kind of slightly overweight, because that's the American way, isn't it? You have the gorgeous
Yeah.
girl, and then you have someone that's slightly overweight or
fat
gay
friend,
or black. Do you know what I mean? But in this one's gorgeous too. So wow, kudos on them.
Yep. Not Brian Young in the chat. Bruns Mac is older than the one in Kick-Ass. Bruns Mac is older than the fucking Ark. Moving on.
Yeah.
Come on, Apple. Bring you
I wonder what happened to
computers
her
out,
as
you
an actress.
Yeah. I'd like to know.
I wonder if she started anything that we never
She
noticed.
don't look like that anymore.
Oh,
Well, you never know. You never know.
uh-huh.
I've seen what Claudia Wells looks like now. You know, from
yeah.
Back to the Future. She doesn't look good at all.
Mm.
No,
Yeah,
poor thing.
yeah.
Age catches up, or old age catches up with all of us eventually.
Mm.
But some
I
people
would-
don't take good enough care of themselves, or they go through a
No.
lot of
Exactly.
trauma.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So,
yeah.
so this is the bit where his mum dies, isn't it? She has that brain
Yes.
aneurysm or something like. Oh, also, have you noticed in this film anything that's not part of the advertisement, they turn to its side? So have you noticed they every can they drink is green, but
Yeah.
every time you see the can, they turn it to the side so you can't see the label, which I found
Yeah.
really odd when I was watching the film. I even noticed the first time around when I was watching it. It's just a bit weird. Anyway.
I think they
Carry
just
on.
wanted something green for Kick-Ass. But yeah, I get
yes. Yeah.
I will say it again, wasn't expecting this, and then boom,
Mm,
Yep.
Yeah.
aneurysm.
Yeah, she had an aneurysm.
See, the
Yeah, it
original
was so
story in the
sudden.
comics, Ian will know this. It's all about subverting expectations, but it was
It
done
is,
right.
yeah. It
It
is.
was done perfectly right, and they tried to emulate that with the film. Didn't quite pull it off fully, but this scene, I think they pretty much got right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
All subverting.
it's just another introduction to the family scene, and then suddenly, boom, out of nowhere, suddenly everything's taken from him. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's accurate. This bit's accurate. It still bugs me that he's not blonde though. Oh,
No,
great.
yeah. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
That's
well,
a good call out. But I do like Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance as
He did a good job.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
a great actor. I think
He
he's
just
a great
didn't have the
actor.
right look.
Yeah.
Why they couldn't dye his hair, I didn't understand either. But
Yeah,
it is what
why?
it is.
Yeah. It's crazy.
it doesn't matter. He did a good job. He was quite good in this film, and he made me laugh a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In this film. Yeah. So I mean, generally, this is a very entertaining movie. You can't take that away from it.
Mm.
But have you noticed,
Absolutely.
because just for them saving money, they always try to contain a shot, and this is no exception. You don't see any part of that kitchen at all. It's just done in one shot, and there are many shots like that in this film just to contain it because of money
save
and
money,
time.
right.
Yeah, money and time. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that adds to the benefit of the film?
No, by default, I guess it.
Sometimes, yeah.
By default, I guess it does. I guess. I don't know.
See, the way
the
I
lack-
saw it.
Go on, Annie.
Sorry, Mr. Brown.
No, you go.
The way I saw it is they were kind of trying to do it like the pains of a comic book. So they didn't want to like show you too much. I don't know. That's just kind of how I took the movie. Is they kept everything pretty small.
Yeah, I mean, like look at the color palette in that shot. You got greens, which obviously is his color,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
majority of it's green, isn't it? With orange and green again with the milk carton.
Very kind of mottled
So-
colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
they've
think
got
they
it.
did right to keep it very kind of feeling very low key and small scale, which is the idea behind the character and what they're aiming for as far as superheroes go.
Well, his locations were low key, but the villain's locations were huge. You know,
Yeah.
his apartment
the
and
budget
you know,
went,
right.
yeah. But
Peacat, what did you think when his mother just went doosh in the cereal?
That I was not expecting. Not knowing the comic, and I was like, ooh.
Peacat, did you laugh at that scene?
No, because they weren't destroying a New York City cab. If she had fallen on a cab, I would have laughed.
I was expecting to say yes, and I go, "Oh my god, you're a monster!"
The sadist.
It's, I
just
think
have a
that
thing
scene's
against
designed,
cab
though, is
drivers.
that the scene is designed to make you kind of almost laugh at it, because it's kind of, you're not given any backstory to his mother at all.
Yeah.
And you just thrust into the scene, suddenly she drops dead, and you have kind of a predisposed reaction to laugh at it, because it's so ridiculous almost,
Yeah.
because we have no attachment to her, therefore you like, she's dead now, you only saw her for a second, she's dead now, and you're kind of like, oh my god, you can't help but laugh. But
I don't even think she said anything.
More laughing, because it's a terrible thing to do. Obviously this woman just suffered an aneurysm, and it's, it puts you in those kind of awkward scenarios all the way through the film.
Yeah.
So we go to the comic store, and they're talking about. I think that he's talking about how being a superhero and life's boring.
Who's the
blah,
guy
blah,
with the
blah, blah, blah.
glasses, by the way? Who's the actor with the glasses?
I don't know. I know the other guy played what do you call it, didn't he?
He was in Superbad, or am I thinking of something else?
No, he's not in Superbad. No, the guy that comes out the car was in Superbad, yeah. But the guy with the glasses, he was in a film called The Last Action. Is it The Last Action Hero? No, not Last Action Hero. The Last something star, and it had Burt Reynolds in it. And he played a geek, which he always plays a geek, this guy with glasses. Always.
No, he really
in films. Yeah.
He
I
looks
just remember
familiar.
from The Office.
I will say
American
to the MC, hello MC, the challenge is, what was this? There we go. Krual Birab.
Oh, of course. Yes, he was.
The thing I love about this channel is it's just full of wingmen.
Do you know what's really strange? It's really strange when you're watching TVs and TV shows and films. Like, you'd see an actor and you don't realize that actor was someone you've known forever. Like, I was watching a show on Netflix called Midnight Mass, and this guy played the father, and I'm up to episode 6, and I suddenly realized that was Henry Thomas from E.T. I couldn't believe it. I looked at his face. I'm like, that's Henry Thomas. After all the episodes that I was watching, I didn't realize it was. I'm just saying, it's really weird, because this guy's been in loads of movies, but I don't even know his name.
You got both versions of Quicksilver in this scene too.
Of course.
That's what I was going to say. I was trying to say Quicksilver. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Top trivia.
Yeah.
Evan Peters did it better.
I agree.
That's crazy, isn't it? They were both in like a pseudo superhero movie, and then a few years later, they're both playing Quicksilver in two completely different movies.
Yeah.
Which Quicksilver did you prefer?
I didn't prefer the Russian
I said
one.
Evan Peters. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't like Quicksilver as a character.
I did love the effects they used for Evan
but he's
Peters in the two
cool.
movies.
Yeah, that was good. Very impressive. Okay.
Nice car.
Like, he can time travel in the comics and stuff because he's so fast.
And look, have you seen what this guy looks like now? He looks nothing like. He's so skinny there, and
Nice
we see him now. It's like he's been to the gym every day. He's really kind of You can see, just about make out his face when you see him, what he looks like now, just about make out. And if he'd walk past, you'd never guess he was that fella in the film.
This was just
you're talking about,
wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You're talking about Red Mist.
McLovin.
Okay.
You're talking about McLovin.
Yeah.
Woo! I love Superbad.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
haven't seen that. I really need to watch
It's
it.
fun.
I've not seen
Oh
it.
my god, it's
very
so bad but so funny.
Yeah, it is very funny. And it's the first time Emma Stone made an impact in a film. People started noticing her. Yeah, people started noticing her in the film.
Love Emma Stone.
First time I saw her was in Zombieland. So wow.
I can't believe how big her eyes is. Her eyes are huge.
It's a lot to do with
Eyes are huge. Huge. Anyway.
She does accentuate the makeup around them, though.
Oh, does she?
As I think, as I previously said on one of these streams, Emma Stone, such a funny girl without even trying.
True.
Genuinely funny.
Very
Do you know that movie she was in?
So funny.
Where she was the maid to, I think it was called The Maid, and it was about the black families, black people struggling and stuff like that. Now people are saying that film should be cancelled.
Oh, God.
They don't believe in white saviors.
Yeah.
It's so awful. Yeah.
They have no idea what they're talking about. No idea.
Never
Fucking
mind.
lefty types.
I remember those days when we used to walk into a comic store and just thumb through the comics, and the guy I used to say, like the guy behind the counter used to say, "Ian, Spider-Man number 52, it's right over there, mate." He always used to say that to me. I go, "Thanks."
Orbital Comics, mate. Orbital in London, yeah.
No, it was Forbidden Planet and Dark Where the Were and the Golden Eye. There was two stores. They were battling each other. Dark Where the Were disappeared because when you went in there, the guy used to say, "No reading." And you go, "Fuck this," and you go over to Forbidden Planet, and the guy would say, "Yeah, Ian, that comic's over there," and you just sit in there all day reading comics, and they loved it.
Was that the old Forbidden Planet before
Yes.
they relocated? Yeah,
There was two: the red store and the green store. Yeah, it was the original.
I heard a rumor that Gary from Nerdrotic, didn't he own a comic shop?
Yeah.
So, speaking of comic shops, there's Chris in the comic shop being escorted in with his bouncer. Buying
he's
some
rich.
comics. Yeah, because the Dave and his friends are saying, "Talk to him. Come on, let's try and be friends, and then everything will be great." They've got lots of money. So Dave goes over. This fucking security guard gets me.
Yeah.
What does he do, peek at?
He just scares the crap out of him to get away.
Yeah.
He just goes up to him and goes, "Fuck off."
Yep.
Yeah.
I tell you one
Class,
thing. He want to try it. He wants to try it down Batsy, mate. I tell you, if he says "fuck off" to a kid down there, he'd probably get stabbed. There you go.
I just remember being in the cinema and he just walked, "Fuck off." I thought, Christ.
It's like, dang.
Yeah.
But that comic store reminds me so much of the comic store. And another thing I didn't like about this movie, one of the things is these two never got their ass kicked. No, they didn't, did they?
They should have got their comeuppance.
They should have.
Right.
Yeah, so the guys walk out the shop and they're basically just going home, and these knobheads phones, and they go,
Yeah.
we got them jacked last week. Stole them.
From them.
And this guy is looking out the window because you're getting a narration from Dave saying, "Would you just stand there doing nothing, blah, 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 blah."
That's definitely either Canada or America, that shot, because they always have those little windows in those old buildings. I maybe Rennie can confirm this, because if the old buildings in America, they always used to have those little windows, didn't they? It's the top thing and a little window that closes at the bottom.
Man,
Yeah.
you blow me away with your attention to detail.
And as you can tell, the building's really old.
Yeah.
I do believe, Ian, you lived in Canada for a while, or have you got relatives? His brother, is it?
My brother lives in Toronto, and I lived in Vancouver for over a year.
Oh,
I
wow.
loved it. Loved living there.
What was so great about Vancouver then?
Scottish.
I'm sure it was great.
The people were really nice. I mean, obviously the people that lived there, I say, "Oh, you guys are really nice." No, we're not. You know what I mean? So, but they were really nice. They're really, really nice. You know,
And that's what I keep hearing.
The people, and I could be walking down the street and I could see a mountain, and then turn left, I can see some buildings, and there palm trees as well there as well. It's just such a, and when it's nighttime, you can see the stars in the sky. I just thought it was magical while I was there. Absolutely magical.
Nice.
And where I was working, I really enjoyed working there. So yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah, it's nice. But you must be used to stuff like, you must have visited other parts of America, Rennie, right? And you must have seen all that stuff like stars, and because in London you can't, because it's just so much cloud. Yeah,
Is it because the fog?
Light
fog.
Oh, the fog of old London town. Old
Smog,
Sydney,
yeah. You know, one of our dinosaurs is missing, that old movie? Exactly like that.
Sherlock Holmes there.
No, it's just that you can't see the stars in London. It's just, I don't know why, but must be a reason.
Unless if you
That's
go to the
crazy.
West End on premiere nights, then you can see the stars.
Of
Moving
course.
on.
And a red carpet.
Yes, on 1 hour.
Waka waka.
So after he gets his phone jacked and his money and blah, 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 he goes online buying outfits.
Yeah.
That's not the outfit
He
he
looks
buys,
at
though,
like
is
a
it?
scuba suit and something
No.
else.
Yeah.
Or something similar.
So then we go to Frank's Lumber Supplies,
Mm.
Hmm.
where
Where they
he's
cut that guy's finger off.
he's saying, "Where's my Coca-Cola? Other brands of beverages are available."
Yeah.
And then he comes up with the Batman story, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does. But that was quite amusing. The performances between all them, it was very
Yeah.
funny. I found.
Are all these British actors? Or most of them.
Well, obviously, the director of Bohemian Rhapsody, he's English, obviously, because he's in this bunch, isn't he?
Yeah. Old Dexter.
There's another guy that's British in there as well, but I can't remember. But yeah.
I think there was somebody who I saw who starred in a Doctor Who episode with Tennant.
Oh yes, of course.
The
He's in
bald
the
guy.
background. Yeah, he was in Dalek. He was in Dalek with Chris Eccleston.
Oh yeah.
So he was the main guy and
Oh,
the
wow.
main villain, Van Zans,
Yes.
whatever his name is. So he's in the
Wow.
background. He doesn't hardly say anything, but yeah, he's there because he's Canadian and he does a really good American accent, obviously. So
Yeah, it's
so
the
there you
closest
go.
thing you can find to an American accent outside
Yeah.
of this country.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good scene. I found the scene a good scene.
Yeah, so he's giving Frank the tale about Batman stealing his Coke.
Mm.
There's
There he is in the background.
Mark Strong.
Press gang, yeah. The
Yeah.
wonderful.
Mark
Such a
Strong should have played Lex Luthor if they were serious when they made Batman
Absolutely.
versus Superman.
Uh,
instead of the
Blofeld.
Oh gosh,
atrocity.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I love
Hi-
him. He's amazing.
Him or Breaking Bad fella.
Yes. Bryan
Oh,
Cranston would have been great too.
Bryan Cranston, yeah.
Yeah. And see that guy on the left, he's an American, and he the only place I recognize him from is a film that I adore with Sandra Bullock, a film called While You Were Sleeping. He was her next door neighbor,
Oh, yeah.
and I adore that film. I think that film is so
That's
so
a cute
good.
movie.
It is. It's very cute.
I've seen
But
him
he was
before
in
as well.
that.
I thought maybe he
Never
was in
seen it.
Hellboy. I'm not sure though.
I tell you, right, you should watch it. It was before she was famous. She looks so
Yeah.
cute in that film.
I don't.
Oh, she's so
Which
nice.
which film's that?
While You Were Sleeping.
While you were sleeping. Oh,
Yeah.
we said it almost in unison.
Oh, maybe we should. We can review it if you want. Fancy doing that? Maybe.
Yeah, I love
probably
that
Meg.
film.
I think Meg Geek's
Yeah.
probably due a turn.
I love that film. That's one of my favorite romance movies.
So,
So, yeah.
the name of the film again for my
While You Were Sleeping.
okay, which
Yeah.
is what I do a lot of these days. But moving on,
Mm.
that's the guy from Who there.
Yeah, him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
as I said, old Dexter.
Dexter Fletcher. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mark Strong should have played Blofeld.
Maybe he's got a good presence, old Mark Strong, isn't he? His presence,
Yeah.
he's got a, and the thing is though, it took a long time for people to discover him, which is really
Yeah.
odd when you think about it, because he's a very good actor. He's
He
he's
is.
one of the best, in fact. So, yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
him in the first Kingsman movie as Merlin.
Mm.
Kingsman again. I love Kingsman.
Also, it
But I
doesn't
don't
explain.
like the second one.
Do you know that little mark he's got on his head throughout the film?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder where he got that from. I don't know where he got that from at all. But
So
anyway,
it's not a mark. It's not a makeup effect. Then it's genuine.
I think it is. I think it
Right.
is because in other films he doesn't have it.
Unless they
it's-
cover it up.
Maybe they cut the scene out. What happened
Right.
to him? I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah,
So they chop his finger off, kill him,
Yep.
they do indeed.
and then you can hear all the noises of him being tortured in the background. And Chris and Frank talk about going to the cinema, and he's wanting an ice pop, etc.
That was funny. That was
Yeah.
funny. That was very
Yeah.
British humor, wasn't it?
with
When
all
he
the
goes,
noises going on in the background.
he goes, I'll have an icy thing, and he goes, where they mix the colours. I thought that was quite amusing. Yeah.
Good humor.
Yeah, as I said, this bit is very British. The
Yeah.
humor here is very, very British. But
Rennie, did you get the humor?
Yeah. I thought it was cute.
Moving on.
I like British humor, though. I was brought up with a lot of stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Costumes arrived.
That's because it was shot in England, and I don't think they have things like that on the American packages. That's very
No.
British.
Where I used to work, we used to get those on the packages.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong then. But
I've
we
never
get a
seen
lot of
something
that.
like that.
We get a lot of that
Yeah.
in England. That kind of stuff that comes in it. So
Yeah, never anything personal, but when I used to work, we would get these bulk shipments of product for my old job. We would have those on there.
I see.
Rayal Honnis, first time I saw Mark Strong was in The Crime Story, a gay gangster 10 years
Never
ago.
heard of it. Never heard of it.
No,
He was in the first Sherlock Holmes movie, wasn't he?
yes, he was.
And then he was also in Kingsman as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yes, he
he's one of Daniel Craig's best mates, isn't he?
Ah.
From back
Look
in
at
the
that.
day.
I didn't know that.
Look at that costume.
That's very, very accurate to the comic.
It
apart from
is.
Yes.
The original, the one in the comic didn't have the mouth, but obviously they had to take that out so you could see him speaking.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you
Yeah.
didn't really have to see him speaking, but it's just like the stupid idea where, you've got to see his face when he's Spider-Man. It's like, fuck
I
off.
hate that in the Spider-Man movies,
Yeah.
constantly taking his
Yeah.
mask
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Winds me the fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So American.
I like how they did keep his mask on though for the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even though you can see a good portion of it, you know, he didn't rip his mask off and you see his face every fucking 5 minutes like we do.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, exactly.
But thank God they kept the colours, because usually when they do remakes of comics that are not so well known, they always fuck around with the costumes,
Yeah.
don't they? But
Yeah.
thank God they
Just-
Yeah,
kept
they
the
have to
colours.
kind
in
of
it.
You know,
Creative
Yeah.
like
Really noisy.
control.
Like, look at what's that new one that's coming out? They changed the
Eternals?
costumes, the Eternals. So like,
Yeah,
Oh,
that
don't
looks
even start me
awful.
on that film, man.
Stream Killer.
Yeah, every time.
So Dave's enjoying the way he looks in his costume in front of the mirror.
Good seeing this.
Yeah, and then meanwhile,
Poor old Mindy has to get shot so she can go bowling.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
God, she was so young. In this
3
film.
times.
she was. She was very young. It's a shame, really. She hasn't really gone beyond this point. She has a
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I mean, to star in the Equalizer and only have that really tiny part in it is just kind of like a punch
Yeah,
in the
it was
gut,
good.
really.
It was an
good.
important
Yeah.
part, but it wasn't a large part.
That's right. Mm. Good actress,
Yeah,
though.
it's sad.
Very
Yeah.
good.
She
She's
actress.
is.
really great.
God, the stuff she pulled off in this movie, man. She's a fucking good actress.
Because
Mm.
she
Yeah.
did, she was kind of in vogue for a few years after this, and then she just
was.
disappeared.
Yeah,
Well, she
yeah.
made some bad choices on movies, didn't she? So-
probably. I remember she was in 100 Days of Summer, and I thought that was real. 500 Days of Summer.
I've
Really
just had a
Mm.
idea.
What's that?
What?
Guess what, Ian? You know you're recasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the money to pay for it, then I'll consider it. all
Well,
right, Brown?
I don't think she's in a position to turn any work down, is she?
It doesn't work
Oh
that
my
way.
God.
All right, okay.
I wish it did,
though.
pal. I wish it did work that way.
Mr. Brown, are you secretly like a Hollywood agent or something like that?
He probably
Well,
is.
I think I need to learn a few things then, by the sounds of it.
No, I mean, you can get to anyone, but the problem is that they're not going to accept you because you have to go through the agent first, and the agent's always going to stop you if you don't find the money right, are they? So
yeah.
you heard the story about what's his name, James Woods, didn't you? Fired his agent because he was at a party with Quentin Tarantino, and Quentin Tarantino met him, and he was gushing over him and said, "I love this film," and then he said, "Oh, it's a shame you didn't take that part as Mr. Was it Mr. Pink in
Yes.
Reservoir Dogs?" And he went, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, I offered you the part, but your agent told me you weren't interested." And the next thing you know, he's on the phone, fires his agent. That's that. Yeah,
Yeah, James Woods don't take no shit.
he doesn't.
Um,
The guy doesn't take shit.
He's a legend. Man.
I follow James Woods on Twitter, and have asked him so many fucking times to come on here.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to say yes one day.
Just
Right.
keep
Right.
persevering. I will just keep
Yeah.
persevering because
I mean, if
Do
he can
it.
star on
Yeah.
Family Guy so many times.
the guy's a fucking legend.
He really is. He
Yeah.
really is. My God,
Fucking
Salvador.
legend.
Fucking hell.
What was that film
Ask
he
him
was
what
in?
he
He-
did.
James,
Sorry.
if I may, before James Woods, we love you. Please, please, please come on here. We think you're the dog's bollocks. Please. Moving
Not
on.
gay.
Tell us what you did to make Sean Young obsessed with you. Just curious. Sorry. Moving on.
That's killed that then. Cheers, Rennie. Ian, you was about to say before Rennie killed the channel.
No, I was just saying that James Woods, he always plays characters that does not compromise. And even in the crappy films like the one with Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone, I can't remember that one. He was the main villain in
gosh,
that. You know, he was brilliant in that. And he's a great actor. It's a shame that his career hasn't really,
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
gone as big because he's such a brilliant actor. And he doesn't, you know, he plays bad guys really well.
Yeah,
One.
plays good
Yeah.
guys really well as well.
He does
I-
too, yeah.
The guy is a fucking legend.
Mm.
Please.
But
Fun
you know what?
and
He's a
James.
very well-known name. It's not
Yeah.
like you can say his name and somebody's like, "Who's James Woods?" Like, really? So we all know who he is. So he's famous enough for that.
Yeah.
Great in the hard way.
Yes, he was. He was. But he's playing the same character though, wasn't he?
Great. The Hard Way is such a good film.
Yeah.
You guys see Vampires with the John Carpenter movie?
Oh, man.
Oh well, he was one hard ass in that,
He was
wasn't he? Let's face
great
it.
in that movie.
Yeah, he
Chewing
was.
up the scenery.
I will say, literally, as I was saying Hard Way, me and Real at the same time, Hard Way.
Hard way, yeah.
Fucking great.
That was
we should-
Marty McFly, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the guy from Avatar. I think we should review that one day. Such a good
Yeah,
film.
man. Absolutely.
Do you know what I was watching today? Well, when I was at work, I got bored, and because I got Netflix on my phone, I was watching "See No Evil, Hear No Evil."
Oh,
Great movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
that?
you know what? It's really there's a scene. I swear to you, there's a scene in it, right, where they're talking. Obviously, Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder's talking,
yeah.
and it's really touching. The scene where he says to him, you know, "I've got the cure for your deafness," and he puts the ice cream cone on top of his head. I don't know. Look, seriously, maybe it's because of my age, but I almost teared up when they did that scene. those two work so well together. It's ridiculous.
They were an
Absolutely.
incredible formula, weren't
Yeah,
Yeah,
they?
I don't know what charisma they got. Both of them, they just seem to work really well together.
Yeah.
They
Anyway,
complemented
so-
each other very well.
They
That's why
did,
That's why they did so many other things together as well, though, isn't it? Because they knew.
but not
Yeah.
so much though. Not so many. If you think about it, it must have been about 4 films they've done together.
Yeah.
but they
Oh,
had
yeah.
a really great chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they did.
And even that film is not so good, but it's still entertaining with those two in it. Even a
Great
crappy
story,
film
it's
like
great for
that.
them, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. It's a shame they don't have stars like that today. Anyway,
Oh, man.
whatever.
Real, honest, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Royalty has arrived. The guy with the biggest helmet in the business is here.
Of course.
Commander Culture.
Hello, sir. How are
Hello,
you?
people. Sorry for my late
Hello.
arrival.
It's been an awfully long time, Commander. Hello.
It has indeed. I apologize for my absence.
Your tardiness. Yes.
How's the volcano these days?
It is very good. It is very good. We had an intrusion a couple of days ago from a
it
tuxedo-wearing British gentleman, but we took care of him, and the
God
poison
damn it, they
factory
get
is back up and running.
And he's dead now, isn't he?
Spoiler alert!
Dang.
Spoiler alert!
Never crossed Commander Culture.
Very
Nice
good,
to
very good.
see-
Glad to
Your
join you
fault.
guys today.
Nice to
This
see
is
you
one
again,
of-
Commander Culture.
Thank you, Rennie. I appreciate it. Good to see you too. So, what's the discussion going? What have I missed? Just
You,
recap.
Well,
you haven't
you
missed
saw the
anything.
request-
Yeah.
We've got Nicolas Cage with a horrible
Bowling.
moustache.
You also missed all
Big
the requests
Daddy.
for Schwarzenegger impressions as well.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Sorry, that was just me. Sorry.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Commander, you love Kick-Ass.
I do. It's one of it was a surprise hit in my brain when it came out. I saw the I remember seeing the trailers and thinking, "What is this cheese? I don't have time for any of this." And then I was bored, I think, and went to the theater and ended up really, really, really enjoying the movie. And it's eminently replayable as well. And that's the mark for me of a good movie, is that you can just turn it on, watch it again, and enjoy it every time you see it.
Yeah, that's a good way to say that. Rewatchability is so important with a movie, because why bother having something or, watching something at home that you're just going to watch once?
Right.
I love my physical media. Yeah.
Did Kick-Ass do Deadpool before Deadpool came out?
And on screen it did.
Yeah.
There wasn't as much, what is it? The wall breaking. But it was a very self-conscious movie, and storyline in that you kind of got the sense that everything was a little bit tongue in cheek, but at the same time it was very serious. I don't know how else to explain it. And that was one of the appeals, I think, of Deadpool, was that it was a great comedy, but it also worked as an action piece, and it also worked as a drama, I will say. And I'm talking here about Kick-Ass especially, but Deadpool as well. And that's one of the aspects that I like about the replayability, is it's not just a shoot 'em up, blow 'em up movie, but it sort of takes you through the character development of multiple characters, and it tells you a lot about them each time you watch it. So it's a very, very solid movie.
MC in the chats, hail Commander Culture.
Hail, Mr. MC. It's good to see you again.
So we've just finished the scene where the bowling, and Mindy was wanting, was it a puppy or something for a birthday? And then she goes, "I'm just fucking with you, daddy.
I want a knife."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dave is trying out his superhero skills of jumping off top of buildings onto other ones. And then he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah. Great scene.
And then he's basically walking home now, isn't he? And then he sees the knobheads doing somebody's car.
This scene in the comic, man, it is brutal and harsh and harrowing and nasty scene. And it's difficult to get that across on film. And I wasn't expecting them to have that same impact as in the comics, and it didn't. But I appreciate them trying, at least.
15 certificate, which for the UK is quite high up, isn't it?
This should have been an 18 at least. This film, definitely.
Was Deadpool 18?
It should have.
Or was it 15 over here? Deadpool.
Deadpool was a hard R in the US.
Yeah.
Got to be
So
18. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's Dave Kick-Ass is thinking, right, there's a time and a place where you either put up or shut up.
Yeah, he was he was saying, I can remember the comic strip now. He was saying, there's only so much posing on rooftops you can do. Eventually, you've got to engage. And he does that. And this is the moment he chooses to do it. And, it's the disaster that happens afterwards is great.
I will say one thing about this film is the music. So uplifting. Moving on. Has somebody dropped off? Yes. I think Rennie just went critical mass.
Only have one American on the stream at a time.
Don't cross the streams.
Trying to see who did the music for that, because I don't particularly remember the music, but that's always something that
4 people did the music. John Murphy, Henry Jackman, who did some of the I think he did First Class, didn't he? Marius de Vere, Leanne Hesquier. Right. So 4 people. I think Henry Jackman did most of the kind of orchestral stuff.
Well, that would explain it, because the First Class music was really good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to rewatch it again with the music in mind.
Yeah,
I guess he worked with Matthew Vaughn a few times. Then,
same director. Yeah. MC in the chat. Love the Trixie Hobbitsy Renier. Oh, she's buggered off.
She'll be back.
Critical mass.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the as I said, the scene where it's put up or shut up.
Yeah.
The guys go, "What are you looking at?" And he goes, "I'm looking at two scumbag punks stealing somebody's hard-earned money." Blah 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 blah.
Mm.
And then the thugs say he's obviously high on something with his truncheon.
Nightstick.
Yeah. And wallop. And then the next thing is said violence, Matthew.
Which is, this is what would happen. This is what I appreciate. That's right here.
So you say this was toned down?
I'm saying the mood of the scene from the comics was toned down for the movie. Yeah, a lot of the scenes were toned down in a certain way, or the tone was altered in a certain way for certain scenes in the film.
Yeah. Oh, I heard the bleep. Bleeper is back.
That scene obviously is a good scene because obviously it's the scene that made him really.
Yeah.
You'd think that it would discourage him from being from being a superhero, but it made him even. And also because he lost his clothes, that obviously we thought he was gay because they ambulance. Yeah, it was quite funny.
So sorry, Commander.
No, I was just going to say I like these kind of scenes in movies, especially, but in comic books as well, where the hero or the title character it's their transformation from normie to badass, or it's just in the mindset. And I'm reminded of the scene in the new Death Wish with Bruce Willis, where he's takes on the Ice Cream Man. And it's like, the character starts one way. It's the pivotal arc, sort of in the movie. And so it really pulls you in and heightens the viewership. But it also tells you a lot about how this character is going to go. And that's, I think, something that's missing in a lot of movies is they don't show this vulnerability of the character where he's dropping blood. They don't show sort of that, the fear. You could sense the fear in Dave going up, on this. You, the viewer, like it's palpable. It's like, oh my God, he's going to get his ass kicked. And then in fact he did. And so the payoff is there. But I don't know. That's something that's missing in the lesser of the movies. I was watching Dave Cullen's review of Captain Marvel, which for some reason came out just a week or two ago, and it was like, here's this magical character who magically does all kinds of magical crap, and nobody cares. And all you have to do, I guess, to pull the viewer into a great character is show their vulnerabilities, like we see here.
Agreed.
Anyway, it's not hard to make a good movie, but
no, it's not. But
they don't
politics.
They don't do it very much.
It's just politics, mate. That's what's coming into.
It's all
our
about
films
teaching
these
a
days.
lesson, and
Current year, mate. Current year. That's all I can say. It's just annoying.
Sad. It's really
sad.
annoying because we like good movies. That's why we're here. We're celebrating these things.
Oh yes.
And instead, all we're given is rubbish.
Oh, love you. The word used, the use of rubbish. Excellent.
Rubbish. Don't want to break the theme.
Commander used to live in Blighty for a while.
I did.
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
why. That's
Excellent.
I always pick up on that as well, Ian. When people say garbage instead of rubbish, I'm like,
Yeah. But that was one of the reasons why. That's what Eric Morecambe said. He didn't want to because they got a lot of offers to go to America when they were big over here, and he said, I can't imagine me saying garbage instead of rubbish.
Trash.
I like trash instead of garbage.
Trash. Yeah.
It's more pejorative. Yeah. All right.
MC in the chat. You appreciate the character more when they get 7
But
balls
most
or
bells, maybe
bales of
bells.
shite
Yeah, shite, yeah.
knocked out of them, and they still
Especially get hit by a car after he's got
Yeah.
stabbed.
boom.
Yeah, he gets put in the
So it doesn't
ICU
get-
for like
yeah.
a month or something, doesn't he? And after this,
Yeah.
PCAT, was you expect? Obviously, Dave had just been knifed. Kick-Ass had just been knifed. Was you expecting the car to go over him?
No, but it was fitting. It was perfect. It
Mhm.
just enhanced it. It was a perfect cap to that scene.
yeah.
Did you laugh?
I cracked up. It was hysterical.
You horrible
God.
person.
Cat, honestly, God.
Yeah, exactly.
PCAT, you're so
He's from New
evil.
York. He's from New York. And that guy just drives away, doesn't he? He
Yeah.
doesn't even
Yeah.
stop. He just drives away.
He's like, oh,
Typical
well.
New York driver.
Yeah, there you go.
Dear, oh dear.
I like that though. I like the way that they made everything
Yeah.
so cynical and in real life. You know, like people wouldn't necessarily be decent and
Yeah.
take care of somebody in a situation like that. They really do delve into the nastiness and base level of human nature.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do
Let's
like
tie
the
it back
transition
into,
as well.
into the scene when the guy's looking out the window and does nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yes.
sort of,
yes.
it sets up the whole theme, because here you've got a whole city of even normal people who are kind of scumbags,
Yeah.
and so now you've got the
New York.
contrast with what Kick-Ass and his crew have to fight
Exactly.
against.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's standing up for. He's kind of right. I'm not taking this shit anymore, man. I'm the only guy left with any morals, and he tries to put himself out there. and
Yeah.
This is what
Mhm.
happens to him. You know.
Yeah.
The color palette of this just looks fabulous.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely does.
Blood. Blood.
Red and
Sweet.
green.
Yeah, I like the red blood, unlike the barrel in the beginning of the latest James Bond film that didn't have any red blood.
Right.
Sorry. I like to put
They even
that
took
out
the
there.
red blood out of the barrel.
They
Jeez.
did.
That's weak, dude.
Current day rubbish. That's what it is.
They've
I like the transition between this and the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
That's really good.
because you have kind of like a shot that goes around 360 degrees, like a turning shot over the top of him.
It's kind of like he's having an out of body experience.
Yeah.
That's how I just looked at
Yeah.
it. It's like he's half dead for real, for real.
Not to take
Exactly.
anything away from the director though, but a lot of the cues are taken from the comic.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. I have not seen
Is
it.
Millar a genius then?
Yes.
I think he's up there.
Absolutely.
Who?
Mark Millar.
Who's Mark Millar?
The-
Oh, sorry.
Kick-ass
sorry,
comic. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I've just,
It's not Miller, it's Millar.
Millar.
Yeah.
Millar.
Commander, definitely dig out this graphic novel. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah. It's
I
amazing.
definitely will. I've wanted to. I've seen it on the shop, and then I've always, gone for the other one. But so it's just a one-off, right? It's a one-off graphic novel, or is there a series?
There
a
is a
series?
series. They have Kick-Ass 2, which carries on the story from beyond this one.
Yeah,
But it's
the original is amazing.
Yeah.
Though, really.
yeah, it's. I think the second film changed the second comic a bit.
It changed
yeah.
a lot.
Yes.
This
A
film
lot.
changed as
Yeah,
well.
they did. Yeah.
I'll move it right up to the top of my buy list.
Good. idea.
Good commander.
Mhm.
So we go back to Frank's penthouse, and are they trying to come up with a plan to get Kick-Ass?
No, they're trying to figure out who was responsible for
That's
taking
it.
their stash, isn't it? And
Yeah.
they didn't know Kick-Ass existed at that moment
Not
in
at this
time.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Big studio, big backdrop. That's what I say. And there's Andy Warhol's art there in the background with
Oh,
the two
wow.
guns.
Are they
Yeah.
genuine? Is it genuine?
I don't think it's genuine, but it's a very
Probably
it's famous
prints.
picture posters or pictures that he made. Yeah, which balances that out. It's cool.
MC in the chat and a Hit Girl comic.
Yep.
Yes,
That's true.
Okay. Is that like in the midst of the events of the story, or is it like a separate sort of a thing?
I don't know. I haven't
It's
read
kinda-
the Hit Girl comic. I've read the 1 and 2. Sorry, Rennie.
It's kind of a spin-off. So yeah. That's kind of all I really want to say about that one. But it's pretty cute. I liked it. So
Okay.
And then we go to kind of a backstory, don't we? That's kind of animated, which looks really good. This is taken from the comic as well, isn't it?
No,
I was
because in
gonna
the
say, I don't
comic,
think so.
but the art is very different in
Is it?
in the
Okay.
comics. Yeah, very different. But it's good because they used 3D in some of that stuff, didn't they? In the
Did look
comic
very
book
good,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Mindy's got her butterfly knives.
Yeah.
For her birthday,
Yeah.
she didn't want a Barbie; she wanted butterfly knives.
Yeah. Chris is pretending to be his dad.
Mm.
Yep.
His old man is training in the dojo with the
Yeah.
impossible mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very Matrixy.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
You can tell he doesn't know anything about kung fu or karate, can't you?
Yeah.
Mark Strong is such a great actor. The
He
casting
is.
was perfect
yeah.
for this.
Yes.
And then we go back to the timber yard or warehouse, and they're trying to get the information of where another shipment of coke has disappeared.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And they microwave the guy, don't they?
Yes, that was so gross. Oh.
Ugh.
What does he say? They
was
think it's
hysterical.
yeah.
That's
a
really
hungry
funny
man's
because
meal.
they were asking him questions and he couldn't. He couldn't hear
and
it.
then it just-
He was inside and he couldn't hear
Yeah.
it. So that was quite funny, I thought.
Again, I didn't kind of expect what was going to happen. There's Dexter there on the left.
On
He
the
hasn't
right.
looked after himself, has he, Dexter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
And thanks for that.
You can see a face in that. You can
Yes.
see a horrible face in that. Ooh.
Rorschach test.
So
Yeah.
sometime later,
He's like Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's got all this metal in him.
This was the whole idea behind the character, wasn't it? The fact that
Yeah.
he couldn't feel pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to load up the genuine DVD, watch the genuine DVD, which I had paid my good money for, and it wouldn't allow me to do any screen grabs. Which
They're
I
on
thought-
So how'd you get the screen grabs then?
There are ways and means.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I did like this scene though with his dad.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was funny though when he hits him with that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So was it?
Are you
this?
gay?
Yeah. This is yeah. Yeah, because they found you with your no clothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Had too much blood in it, Dad. That's why they chucked it out.
And then bang.
See the cans? They don't advertise what's on the cans. They turn
Yeah.
them to the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Always in every shot.
God, only you would notice that.
Well, I am the mega geek, aren't I? So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We have heard that rumor, yes. MC, the yellow Range Rover crushed in Kick Ass is the same one from Layer Cake, directed by.
I haven't seen that. I've not seen that film.
Oh, great film.
Is it really?
It's a bit slow when they make the cake and stuff, and then they put the layers on. It takes 2 hours. Put some icing on it. The end.
Hey, mate, I've seen enough episodes of Blue
He's here
Peter
all
to
week,
know what goes
everybody.
down, all right?
So we are now going back to a locker scene at school, which was at the beginning, but now we're a few months on. He's basically a bionic man now.
Yeah.
Katie, God, she's pretty.
Oh dear.
Too young for me, though, and too young for you. And too young to everybody, I reckon.
10 years older now, mate.
Stop it.
Oh, is she? Oh, hello.
Oh my. Oh dear.
So,
We're back in the 70s.
yeah.
we're seeing a scene 16.
Exactly.
now
Oh, look
matron.
at
So
Charlie's Angels. Whoa, hey, look at
Dave's going back into training.
He is,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's back in the
He-
costume.
Even his
Yeah.
posture's different now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Got
going to do a
better
favour for
confidence.
Katie, isn't he? He's going to
Yeah.
do a favour
Right,
for
Razzle.
Katie.
He's
Yeah.
a simp. Is this simp
Yeah.
still a simp at this point?
Well, yeah. Because she thinks he's gay.
So in real life, that bedroom set was right next to the other set. So yeah.
Makes
So he's
sense.
probably looking at his online, his MySpace, or there's a mail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a masked crime fighter working in. Yeah, that'll be from what's his face? Chris, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah. This would all be YouTube now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have you
Yeah.
seen Mr. Bitey?
He did find it. He did find the cat, though.
He did,
didn't
yeah.
he? Gotta give it to him.
This is the
Yeah.
equivalent of the Superman rescuing the cat from the tree, isn't it?
Yes.
More or less.
Yeah, he found pussy.
Mr. Brown.
Calm down.
It's-
Calm down.
It's a pussy. It's a cat. Right up the top of a hoarding. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Here, Mr. Bitey. Here, Mr. Bitey.
Hmm.
And he goes, climbs up and then he falls down and he goes, "Fuck you, Mr. Bitey." Yeah, so he falls on the floor and this street gang person falls over him because he's being chased.
Mm.
And then they get into a big fight.
Yep.
And then
Leave
somebody
him alone.
videos
Leave
him
him alone.
with a flip
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Mm.
Call the police. Call the police. Blah 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 blah.
And he goes to his friends and goes, "There's a fight outside. It's
Fucking
awesome."
awesome. Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Nobody moves. Then when he says, "It's awesome," they almost
Fucking
start moving.
awesome.
Yeah.
Who's
Is
got
there
the
some
birds?
birds? Who's got a bird?
It's the
I know
tropical
somebody's
island.
got some birds.
Who is that?
I think that's Commander's tropical island.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
it
the
must be.
it's the volcano.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the volcanic surface, isn't it? Yeah.
Apologies.
That's good.
So yeah. So look at the quality of video that in those days.
Oh
Man.
yes.
Good lord. Yeah.
Could be anyone.
1.3
It's like a UFO.
Yeah, 1.3
Exactly.
megapixels. You're fucking crazy, kid.
But he did
Yeah.
respect him though, didn't he? And he
Yeah.
just left him.
Which is kind of cool.
That's the whole point, though, isn't it? It's because
Mm.
the criminals and the bad guys were respecting him, and people started sitting up and taking notice of what he was doing instead of
Yeah.
dismissing him as an idiot.
You're
People
one
were like
crazy
realizing that
motherfucker.
he's actually trying to do something. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're still in the background thinking, "This is fucking awesome."
Sure, that guy's got enough tattoos. Yeah.
You can fit a few more in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid. Thanks.
Have you noticed that every time there's a mugging in films now, if you they never have an all black gang or mugging a white dude anymore, do they? They used to in the films a lot, but now they don't.
Because it never happens in real life.
Exactly.
As you said, does that reflect real life now?
It doesn't.
Not.
Films don't reflect real lives anymore. They're actually set out to upset you now. That's
Yeah.
all they do.
The
Yeah.
Wire
There's
would
no
never get
fun.
made today, would it? That's
Teach you a
No.
lesson, educate you. That's all entertainment's about anymore.
preach. Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, Dalek 451. Hail all
Oh.
finally made it.
Hey, Dalek.
MC in the chat. I hear budgies.
Yeah.
And then is here all week. It's the real Twitter.
Oh, dad joke.
Aye.
He's here all week.
That guy says, "Thank you. Thank you for saving me."
I love this
Aw.
bit when he's recording him.
What's
He's
your
like,
name?
"What's your name? Yeah, kick ass." Yeah, I love that bit.
Yeah, that was great.
It becomes an internet sensation.
Yeah.
On
Mhm.
MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
the internet was what it is today.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Well,
Candace.
he's on YouTube there.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of not to rehash it, but speaking of oh god, no, what I forgot, the Bruce Willis movie.
Death Wish, yeah.
They remade Death Wish. Thank you. Like they did this exact thing. He didn't interview the guy, but it was a person with the camera recording, and then they uploaded it, and it went viral. And I was like, Kick-Ass did this like many years ago, but it works. It's sort of the adult version of that. I think there's a lot of parallels between those two movies, which is probably why I like both.
But the original Death Wish film, I thought was
different.
more powerful than the Bruce Willis one, especially when he kills first, and
Right.
the emotion that if you can believe that Charles Bronson can give you any kind of emotion, but the emotion he went through in that film was quite good. It was quite good.
was.
The trigger for him becoming the vigilante, though, I can't watch that scene. I have to, when I watch the movie, I have to fast forward it.
I'd never make
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough to watch.
The internet sensation.
And it was Jeff Goldblum was one of the rapists, wasn't he? In
Yes,
that
yes.
He
original
was.
In
film?
the credits,
Wow.
he's listed as his credit is listed as Freak.
Yeah,
Top
Freak
trivia.
1 or Freak 2.
yeah.
Mm.
It's not a very convincing bad guy, but I guess it
It's
was.
a really horrible scene, though.
Yeah.
And you can
Oh, yeah.
understand
It's-
why he goes around killing people. You can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
The great Michael Winner directing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, love. Action.
Who is Kick-Ass?
I know who he
Sony
is.
Sony product placement, I assume.
Yeah. God, I remember those TVs. Lord, we're going back a few, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick ass, kick ass, kick ass, kick ass, kick ass.
Who wears a jumper like that?
Mexican wrestlers.
You?
Ah, come on.
Lucha Libres.
No, it's not a jumper. It's a cardigan, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you
Yeah.
call it,
Yeah.
a cardigan.
Oh, yes.
Nerds.
Oh,
Classic.
Mm.
Cardi.
Craig Ferguson.
what a
Yeah.
man!
Mm.
He's not on anymore, is he?
I
No.
don't think so.
Too
No,
edgy
he
for
was
America.
too funny for late night because now they all have to be boars.
Yeah.
And there is Mr. Cage,
'Cause
who I
the watch-
actually still think he's very talented personally. I really
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
Even though he's in trash, but I do like him.
He's been in some
Um,
good ones though lately.
He has, yeah.
they're watching TV all about, because the news is all over Kick-Ass.
Mm,
And they're kind of saying he's got potential.
yeah.
They're watching him as well.
Who's the wife? She looks very
I was just
familiar.
thinking that as well, mate. I know.
Yeah, I've seen her in something, yeah.
She's been in a lot of stuff, but I just don't know what her name is.
Probably British, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, man. She looks like Kristen. What's her name from Smallville, doesn't she? But it's not her. But
It's not her, no.
Not Brian says, there he is, Bing Hitler. And then he says,
yeah.
Ferguson's stage name in Glasgow.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
That's Glas Vegas.
when was the last time you saw a family sit down to watch anything?
Yeah,
these
right.
days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's a good question.
Without a device in front of him.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
I get the feeling this girl is really tiny. Compared, because he's very tall, isn't he? The guy
Yeah.
who plays Kick-Ass.
is
Yeah.
he really? I didn't know that.
He's fairly tall, I thought. I could be wrong.
He looks tall. Maybe she's just small.
It could
I
be
don't
a
know.
Stallone effect, where you think like the guy's huge and he's like little, short, rinky-dink
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
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 So I think they're talking about him being her gay friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just about to tell her he wasn't when.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah,
all look at him,
yeah,
and then he goes, "Yeah,
yeah.
all right." So he's going around. Oh yeah, and she's got a problem.
Yeah, she tells him about Razul, whatever his name is, and then
Yeah.
he goes to try and sort it out for her.
Yeah.
It's my friend, Catherine Rossell, her name is in real life, and I've known her for 20 years.
Wow.
No.
And she got that part in the movie, and I was on set when she was there.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she moved back to America, though. She lives in Tennessee or Memphis or whatever.
Memphis.
Yeah, she lives
Memphis
there
is in
now.
Tennessee.
Yes, I was just about to say that,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's still in
That's
touch.
where she lives. Yeah. Still in touch
Oh.
with her. Yeah. She's all right. She's a very sweet girl.
No.
She's into walking, isn't she, Ian?
Oh, God,
Moving on.
that joke.
Oh no.
Dear, oh, dear.
You would have been disappointed if I didn't crack that joke. Second
You
time.
cracked it in a text when I told you about it. You
I know,
cracked
I
it in a text.
I'd literally just woken up. See, I was on top form straight away.
All right.
That's the professional coming out. You see,
All right.
Right.
sometimes.
There he is.
All here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, he does look tall there, doesn't he?
He
Yeah.
does. I think he's very tall. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
consider the height of the door and then look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he's playing Call of Duty or something in the background.
Oh, he's playing something. I know what
Yeah.
she's playing with, though. Right
Yeah.
Oh,
there.
yes. or what you're going to do about it.
This would never happen today because they're all black. That you would never shoot. You'd have maybe the guy would be black, and you'll have loads of white people around him or Hispanic people and stuff. Just to kind of so they don't
stereotyping.
Yeah,
and then he gets tasered.
Yeah, doesn't work though.
Well, for a moment, it does.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
In his forehead, yeah.
And then he gets up, and then it's like, oh fuck. And then the next thing, CGI sword.
Yeah, that didn't work really, did it?
Yeah.
You can tell it was,
but it's a machete.
You know, yeah, for the day it worked, I guess. But you look at it now, and you're like, there's no shadow.
Walking Dead special effects, isn't it?
But it doesn't work because there's no shadow because you can see the shadow on his robe thingy, but you don't see the shadow of the thing. So subconsciously, you realize that that's not real. So anyway,
didn't look quite.
Yeah. It's good effect though.
We didn't expect it.
No, of course not.
No.
And then there she is.
She says cunt a lot, doesn't she?
I love the song that they play when she comes through the little through the window or whatever, because basically it's like na 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 kind of thing, and just that was
Banana
awesome.
Splits. Was it the Banana Splits?
I think Banana Splits was towards the ending.
No.
Was that towards the ending, or was it this one? I can't remember.
No, it was that na 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 na.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
that was the scene.
perfect.
Was one of the stories Matthew Vaughn, when he was trying to sell this film, all the studios said, "Yeah, okay, brilliant, cast it," and then he said she's going to say "cunt" a lot, and at that point they didn't want to know, did they? So he had to finance it himself at a dinner party.
Well, he does this trick. He does this trick. He goes to the banks or whoever he gets finance, and he says, like, say for instance, a film. He's budget the film, and it cost I don't know. Just say for argument's sake, it cost £50,000 or something like that. He goes to the bank or the finance, and he goes, "I want £50,000 to make the film." They give it to him, and then he makes the film for half the budget. And keeps the rest so that he can either put that into another movie or basically pay them back if it fails. But for him, this film made a crap load of money, and so he kind of gained as well as paid back the investors. So that's his trick. He always does that. So I've been told.
That's interesting.
He did. It was a dinner party where he tried to get the money. Is that correct? It says on internet.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, but he's definitely in with all the big stars and and also there was at one point they thought that Robert Vaughn was his dad because he doesn't know who his dad was, and he was convinced that Robert Vaughn was his dad.
Yes,
and so there was this big legal battle, wasn't there, between, because he wanted to find out if he were, and then they found out he wasn't his dad through the test. And
Matthew Vaughn's got a very, very posh name, hasn't he? A real posh name.
I don't know. I thought Matthew Vaughn was his real name. No, that's not really posh, is it?
No, I think I read somewhere that he's got a really, really posh middle name. Or
the thing is, though, I do think he is good for the industry because he didn't go through the British film industry to make the films that he did. And he was on the radio once. He was saying, it's pointless me going to the British film industry because I don't make the films that the British people that give out money want to see. I don't make costume dramas. I don't do this, don't do that. I do this, So no wonder why he has to go to America to get his money, because the British people are just making the same old nonsense time and time again, aren't they? So
they are.
Yeah. Ooh, very fetching in red. Cat, very fetching.
So they're all there thinking, what that? And then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, she stabs him with a rubber knife.
Yeah.
Takes his leg off.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yes.
The token white guy
comes out the toilet.
Yeah.
That guy that comes out the toilet.
Oh. I think he was just basically smoking himself to death.
Yeah, he was a stoner.
Just in the background, and then wallop.
Yep.
And he comes out the loo.
With the butterfly knife.
Yeah.
And then Ian's friend gets it too.
She gets it in the door. She gets
Yep.
in the doorway, doesn't she? When she runs towards the door, she gets it.
That was just right done from the comic, just well adapted
Yeah.
from the comic.
Not Brian. Matthew Allard or Allard Robert Vaughan.
Oh, is that his real name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay. So
see.
those are his initials, MARV.
I see. Well, how could he claim he was Robert Vaughan's dad? He was his dad then, if he had the real name. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway.
Yeah.
So your friend, and then
She
the
runs
next
to
thing-
the door.
and then the next thing, double knives.
Yep, she gets it in the back.
Boom.
She died well.
And then the guy outside's like, what the fuck?
She didn't do a good fall, though. Remember on the day.
Yeah.
If you look at the clip very carefully, she doesn't do a really good fall.
So
It's
you
really
were there
rubbish.
on set when all this was going on?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
assume
there.
you-
I was there under another name, so nobody knew I was there.
I assume you took your notepad and pen, getting a few tips.
No, you always learn whatever shoot you're on, even if it's a tiny little one. You always learn new things. You know, it's good to learn new things, I guess. But yeah,
Wow. We're not worthy.
what are you talking about? Does it look like I have loads of money? Does it look like I'm in the film industry and enjoying the champagne and the coke?
Some of the richest
nose?
people are tramps because reason
I-
why they
I've
spend money.
made films, but I can honestly, truly say I have never made it in the industry at all. No, there you
Quick
go.
question.
Not yet.
Rennie's popped off again. How's on a side note, how's the Doctor Who going?
Doctor Who?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You did your little 30-second jobby, didn't you? Is it out yet?
No, it's not. Wait, that's the special effects guy's doing the effects for it.
Are we nearing completion or what's the
Not even close.
Ah,
Not
right,
even
okay.
close. So,
Okay.
but don't worry, when it's done, you'll get to see it, all of you. I mean, it's only 1 minute. No, it's less than a minute, I think. So,
God,
you know,
I just wish you were doing a full episode. I'd watch the shit out of that.
I would love to do a full episode, but you know, money, 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 isn't it? That's what it's all about.
I will say to Dalek 451, I'm on the basic plan, my friend, because I don't do enough streams to warrant buying. Plus, I'm waiting for a new computer. Once I get a new computer, I will be sorting the StreamYards out.
You're going to get a Mac or a PC?
Ian, what do you think? Seriously think, what computer do you think I will be buying?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I know PCs are cheaper, right? But a Mac is worth the money because I've had 2 Macs so far, and they really haven't let me down at all. You know, and you know, no, they haven't let me down at all.
My computer is 2009.
You're in trouble then.
Last year I put a SSD and doubled the memory, and she's still hanging on.
I'd get a Mac if I was you, if you could afford it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the new ones to come out. Hopefully, end of this month. And this one's lasted me 11 years, so I'm looking at it that if the other one lasts me 7, 8, I'll be just as happy. So there you go.
Yeah. Who's got the budgies? Who's got the budgies?
Volcano.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you guys could hear all that. That's every super villain, you know. Dr. No has his fish, and Blofeld has his piranhas. I have a lot of birds.
Yep.
I'm very happy right now.
So Hit Girl was just about to be killed by the guy on the door, and then Big Daddy takes him out. And then she goes, "Good shot, Daddy." It's just little touches like that I love. And then they go to the top of the building.
And he doesn't do the jump because he's scared.
And then we see some product placements.
Yeah. Claudia, his wife.
Even at the time, I knew this. So, yeah.
It doesn't look like her, though, does it?
Yeah,
It really doesn't.
I'm assuming Mario Testino is somebody else as well.
Don't know.
I'm not made up.
She's back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really getting frustrated. I'm sorry, guys.
You see that picture there, right, of
Oh.
Claudia? They
Yeah.
actually used Rennie's body for that shot, but they just plastered Claudia's face on there, didn't they, Rennie?
Sure.
Whatever you say. Moving on.
Well, I was noticing Hit Girl and Rennie have the same hair, so
They do,
Yeah,
yeah.
see,
they
I
do.
did that on purpose.
Purple, purple hair,
Excellent.
good.
Yeah. It's blue hair that's bad. Purple hair is okay.
Oh, yes.
yeah, yes.
Blue hair bad, purple rinse. Okay.
Yes.
Now, this always bothers me in films when somebody comes into their bedroom and they've been walking around and kicking people with their shoes with blood all over and shit, and they put it on their sheets.
Yeah.
That
And
really
you're like-
bothers me.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, bro?
At this moment, Kick-Ass is thinking, I'm way over my head.
Way
Yeah.
over my head. Yeah. Yeah.
What did I get myself into? Yeah.
And
No,
then
he's
this-
thinking I should have taken my shoes off before I put my feet on my bed.
yeah, my Timberland boots.
That's
This
right.
is now the bit where the assist, the henchman is saying, "Yeah, it's Kick-Ass. He
Mm.
did this. It's Then Big Daddy and Hit Girl pop in through the window, saying,
Hey,
"We like
Andy."
you. You've got talent, potential."
And he talks like Adam West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just great.
It's so funny.
Just great.
If you
In
could see the
costume.
mustache under the nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he puts an extra, like whenever he gets into his Big Daddy uniform, he like puts extra stuff on the mustache and makes it a little bit more
Yeah.
detailed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's kind of part of his disguise.
Okay. I'll have to.
He's talking to the copper who's on the payroll, saying,
What's he been in?
Who's this?"
What's this guy been in?
Yeah, it's familiar.
Yeah.
Mm.
He looks so familiar. He's he was
He's been
in
a lot of stuff.
he was in Air Force One. He was the guy that double crossed the president, double crossed Harrison Ford.
All right.
You remember?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was him, man. That was him. Have you
It's Todd
seen
from
Air Force
Terminator
One?
2.
Oh,
Sorry?
yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Good memory.
Excellent, Matthew. Excellent. Captain in the chat, Mario Testino is one of my favourite photographers. Oh, right. Okay.
Nice.
So it wasn't a made-up name.
And he's eating Chinese food.
Yeah. There he is, press gang Dexter in the layer cake range.
I like how you see him get squished in this scene
Yeah.
as well. It's quite
Bang. Have that.
fun. Yep, squished.
So Kick-Ass Dave is putting tan lotion over Katie. Lucky
What's
Yeah.
that all about?
She still
Seriously.
thinks he's gay, so she
Yeah.
thinks that he's not going to make a move on her. And he's sitting there like, want to touch more?
Oh.
The pain is it's palpable.
That's right.
And then Marcus goes, well, he finds Big Daddy because of what's gone on. I'm just saying they're after you. What is it? Gamiko is after you.
Yeah. And he tries to help him out because they're
Yeah.
old friends.
Yeah. Old police friends.
He took care of his daughter when he was away.
Yeah, he did,
Because
yeah.
then we get the backstory now, don't we?
Through the comic, 3D
Yeah.
comic, quite good.
Which
Obviously,
was
they
very
couldn't
good.
They couldn't have the original art from the comic because that's a bit screwed up. So they had to have this kind of art. I wonder who drew this. Was it the same artist?
I would not
I don't
know.
know, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. That's cool. Doesn't look like Nick Cage there though.
No.
Nick Cage refused to go on Frank Gamiko's books, so they set him up, didn't they?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
killed his wife as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, no, they didn't kill his wife. She basically
Oh,
she tried to commit suicide. Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
then-
right.
Yeah, she overdosed while she was pregnant.
that
It's
was it,
it's their
yeah.
fault that she's dead, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
but one good thing came of it.
Actually, it is the same artist. I recognise the art, the style, but he's made it more seeable. Because if you look at the actual comics themselves, they're kind of the art's far more weirder, so to speak. But yeah, it is the same artist.
And on 2 hours, the birth of Hit Girl.
Mindy.
On 2 hours.
Mm.
And then it kind of goes to the comic, doesn't it?
Yeah, where Big Daddy's putting a lot of weight there in the comics.
Yeah.
For some reason. Yeah.
Is that the genuine comic, Matthew, or is that just a film kind of representation?
It's difficult to tell from this distance, to be honest with you. It looks a little bit like it might be
No, it's not.
changed.
It's not the original. It's not the original comic. I don't remember that being in the
okay.
first comic at all.
No,
But
they might have just made those panels just for this because they look,
Yeah.
easy to look at from that distance.
yeah, definitely.
I'm impressed with the amount, the arsenal.
I love
Yeah.
the Uzis. The
Fucking
Uzis
hell.
turn me on.
Can't do that. You can't do that now, though. If you're making a low budget film,
Yeah.
if you have, if somebody squeals on you, you could get arrested for having replica guns now. It's crazy.
Dude, that's not even a joke.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
And if you want replica guns in your films, you have to make sure that you hire a company, an established company like Foxtrot or something like that, and you have to pay them, and you have to pay someone to be on set, and it's all that money down the drain.
Ooh.
What a bunch of crap.
Yeah, it is a bit silly, but hey.
Health and safety. So, Gromiko's going to his offices, or being chauffeured about, and then sees Kick-Ass, or so he thinks Kick-Ass. It's like, I don't fucking believe it.
And it's not Kick-Ass. We could guess that. We all guess that.
Yeah. Because it was just too,
And then he shoots the.
That guy looks like the same guy that was looking out the window. The guy that gets shot there, doesn't it? A bit.
maybe you shouldn't have been looking out the window and doing nothing. No, just kidding.
Busybody.
Shoots him in the back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Then shoots Kick-Ass in the head, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Well,
Fake
the
Kick-Ass.
children's entertainer. Yeah.
It's fancy dress costume, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Party
it
or
was.
something.
Yeah.
So she's kind of saying, you're such a good friend, blah, 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 that Razul's gone and blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, Kick-Ass impersonator killed. And then he gets the Bolivian powder out.
Mm.
And then Chris comes in. I know how we can get him.
I'm going to need this.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he sets up one of his crime bosses who he doesn't like.
Yep.
As a ruse. So they're there in the comic book
Yep.
store. New superhero in town.
And what's his name? The nerd gets together with the cute girl's friend, doesn't she?
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think they've got it together yet, but she's saying he's got a cape. I like capes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
He hates the green cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got more likes.
Yeah. Nice car.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Crimson Mist. Got a crimson car.
And it's got no number plate in the front of the car for
Yeah.
some reason, does it?
Doesn't need one.
Well, you do if you're
in New
driving a
York.
car in New York. You
In
need
New York,
it.
you do, yeah.
Well, apparently he's too rich.
Yeah, Red Mist doesn't need one.
Yeah.
See the message there. It's not been sent because you've got the little red exclamation mark there. Yeah, it was sent in the film. That's weird.
Exactly.
Oh no! There it's sending.
No, the red exclamation mark means.
All right.
That
Well,
it
there's
wasn't-
a sending bar though. Can you see?
I
it
know,
there?
and that's what's weird.
right,
That's what's weird about it. It says it sent it, but it says it hasn't sent it there. But anyway, whatever.
So we go to the warehouse scene. Sorry, the warehouse, and they're all waiting to tear Kick-Ass a new ass.
Yeah.
They're on the way.
Yep.
So they're listening to is it Barkley, Giles Barkley, Niles
Yeah.
Barkley?
Gnarls Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
That's CeeLo Green.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he went to jail or something, or got disgraced or something, and
I think so, yeah.
something happened to him. I know that.
So
I don't remember the whole story, but yeah.
So they're pulling up to the timber place,
Yep.
and it's on fire.
Yep. Big Daddy already got there.
Everybody got burnt.
Yeah.
It looks like he got strangled.
Yeah, on
And then
mines,
burned.
and then the
And
teddy
shot,
bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, teddy bear.
Because they come running out. The teddy bear. Why did you save the teddy bear? I don't fucking know. So the copper goes to the apartment saying, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. They got footage of you, man.
Yeah,
He's like, I got all the cameras. Apparently not.
yeah. I will say, Captain says 345 images.
You know, maybe a couple shy.
I have noticed that when on some of these films, when there are lots of scenes, the amount of photographs I'm taking increase. Because lots of kind of quick scenes just piling through them. Which is probably is that a mark of a good film? Having to take lots of stills? I don't know.
I don't know if it's that or I think the content.
CGI blurred.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going back to the warehouse scene because they've just plugged in the teddy bear to the tape recorder or the TV, and then we're seeing this great action scene.
This was
Yes.
really good.
Yeah,
Looks like Batman there.
yeah,
And there.
Yeah.
and it's like whoa. And then Marcus is saying to Big Daddy, "They're on to you. He's coming for you."
Yeah.
And then
He
Mindy
wasn't
throws the
careful enough.
throwing star. Yeah,
No, wasn't it his daughter or hit girl that threw it at his head?
yeah. Mindy threw the throwing star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he gets
saying
he
it's
gets
party time.
he gets sprayed in the face, doesn't he?
Yeah, so Dave's coming to just put his cards on the table. And who wouldn't?
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah,
she's
she starts
back.
beating the shit out of him.
Yeah,
she's about to tell him to go when
and then
she gets
can
horny
stay,
and they start
yeah.
kissing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, you can go out the window. Actually, you can stay.
damn.
It's like, oh, hell.
So Big Daddy, he's got surveillance on Frank's penthouse pretty much 24/7, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So it goes to the comic store, and she's talking about kick-ass and saying she'd want to fuck his brains out, and then next thing, boom, have that.
Right out the back. Yep.
Oh, yes.
Hope they've got protection.
That's one thing I didn't like about the adaptation was it wasn't true to the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's checking his emails, and there's just lots from Red Mist. So they're going on one last mission or something, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he gets to like him, doesn't he? Gets to
Yeah.
like him.
Red Mist does, yeah. And
Yeah.
he feels bad for setting him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
Nice
he becomes the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Come on, motherfucker.
Was it $300,000 for this?
Yeah. For the backpack.
The jetpack. Yeah.
The secret code is on vacation, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the old Apple cinema display?
It's good.
I've still got two of them.
Product
Yay.
placement.
Yeah, lots of Apple gear in this, so they must have been.
Yeah, I didn't realize that before today. I guess I wasn't paying attention to it, but
Yeah.
I was like, that's a lot of Apple shit, man.
Because
That's how they paid for the movie.
Yeah.
Apple don't allow anybody to use phones on their on films, do they?
No, they do. TV shows, and I've seen them on TV shows.
Or is it the
films.
bad guys are not allowed?
I don't know about that, but I've seen them. They do use them.
So they're going to meet Big Daddy and the GMC's there.
Always have those cars in the American films, don't they?
Yeah, GMs.
Well, there he is,
Anything
extending
General
the
Motors.
mustache.
I do like this scene.
He is the right person to cast as this, though, because he is so mental in real life as well as.
Oh my God, yeah. And it's a shocker. I don't know. For me, I'm really surprised that he's related to Francis Ford Coppola and all of them. It's just weird that he's part of that family to me. He doesn't look like them. He doesn't act like them. He's a weirdo.
But his real name isn't Cage, is it?
No, it's something Coppola.
Coppola.
He got it from Luke Cage Power Man. That's where he got the name from.
Wow.
Cage. Yeah.
Cam
Makes
in the
sense.
chat always carry condoms. Well, I did. They perished.
I'll give him credit for changing his name, not wanting to piggyback on his family lineage.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't his choice.
That's true.
Right? I mean, they might have been like, yeah, no, dude, you can't use
It's like
the name.
Talia
Sorry
Shire's
about
aunt.
that.
She's like, no, you can't come across as being related to us.
Right.
Yeah.
I never really liked Nick Cage in anything, but I look at that. And
He's
it's
kind
like,
of awkward and off-putting, isn't he?
I like him. I think he
was born to play this.
I think he's a very accomplished actor. I think he has a style all of his own. And when you pay for Nick Cage, you get Nick Cage. There's nothing wrong
But
with
he's
that.
just so awkward and weird,
But that's his thing. That's his thing,
like
isn't
it.
it?
I like him
It's
as Big Daddy, but that's not it.
Yeah.
Nick
So they've got-
Cage embraces the weird. That's what he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So the
Kinda like
message
Jeff
was
Goldblum.
Yeah.
the message was sent out. We're in safe house A or B or wherever it was. So they're just pulling up.
Nice
There
car.
we go.
Yeah.
Hit girl in the background, and then they all thugs break in, don't they?
Yeah.
There's something
Shit.
wrong about Hit Girl, isn't there? It's a bit. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't
With
know.
the concept or with
the
the way that
concept
she
of her,
played it?
yeah.
Well,
The
yeah,
way
I
she's
mean,
dressed, the concept of her as well. It's a bit. I don't know.
I do feel like, yeah, it's kind of like you're forcing your child to like go around like being a mercenary, but at the same time, I don't know. I just think it makes her really badass.
Not Brian Young. Thank you, Brian. I knew I heard this. The Apple won't allow villains to use iPhones. Info came from Ryan Johnson, but he is known to talk bollocks.
Yeah, I'm right.
Then MC says, check out the film Mandy with Nick Cage.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good film.
Right, okay.
We're out of
Let's just-
space as well.
right, let's plow
think-
through these.
The
Go on,
thing
Connor.
about Hit Girl is that I mean, maybe this is it. Maybe I'm striking on something, but every other character in the movie is very realistic. Like you could imagine somebody going out and doing this. With the Hit Girl character, nobody could imagine a 12-year-old girl doing all that ninja stuff, and so it kind of it edges up by just 10 or 20% the superhero thing.
Yeah.
That without that superhero kind of suspension of disbelief, you would just have kind of you'd have a Death Wish movie with costumes. And so by throwing that element in, and I don't know, I'm not speaking to the comic book, but it kind of it made it the superhero movie because she really was the superhero of the movie, where everyone else was just
She was the
kind of doing
trained
the best they could.
Yeah, she was definitely the best trained out of all three.
Well, she defied gravity even sometimes. I mean, remember, when she's flipping around in the end fight and flying through the air,
I don't know. There's something.
I chalked it up
weird
to her
about
being small.
No, it's not. I don't know. There's something. I don't know. I don't know what to put. I don't know how to put my finger on it. The way she's dressed and stuff like that.
Did
I
you
don't
feel
know.
the same way about Kick-Ass 2?
No, she was a lot older, wasn't she? She was a lot
Yeah.
older.
Right. So it's the age of the actors.
I think it is.
Probably
Yeah, I
part
Perhaps
of
she
it.
just,
Yeah,
she
that's-
just,
it
maybe
is a
she
little
just looked
edgy.
awkward. Maybe
Yeah.
she just looked awkward.
for
I
that.
don't know.
Mm.
Still,
can't put
the
my finger
actress
on it.
did a really good job.
She did.
Oh, yeah.
With what she was
Course.
given. I was
Yeah.
surprised by that. It's not often that you see a good child actress really pull
Yeah.
off a role
I
Yeah.
thought,
and carry a movie. But
Exactly.
A bazooka.
I want a bazooka. I'm
I
sorry.
love how
wanted one of these.
I love how they got the actors, the teen actors of the day, to be in this film, because obviously he's McLovin from that other film, and
Yeah.
the other guy as well has been in teen films, and the guy with the glasses. They've all been in teen films, haven't
Yeah.
they? So they've grabbed them,
Mr. Brown,
so you can get used to.
Yes.
Connect to them really faster. So yeah.
we need to do Super Bad one day. I'm just saying.
Superbad.
I've
Down
not
for
Ryan
that.
seen it.
McLovin.
McLovin. Yeah.
I love that.
That's
movie.
not a real name.
No.
No.
That's hilarious.
So
Yeah.
funny.
So they're throwing him in the back of the van, and they're going to do a live presentation on the internet.
Mm.
Red
But
Mist is very upset.
YouTube was around in those days, but it was just kind of starting up, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they,
there
were
was
just beyond they were just beyond the 10-minute limit, I think, for videos. So they
Right.
were just allowing longer videos, and the first HD videos were also being uploaded around that time.
I see.
I signed up 2010 for YouTube, but just never did anything with it.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, good for you.
Good for you.
Sorry, had to
in
be said.
before.
Red Mist is saying it was nothing to do with Kick-Ass.
Yeah, he didn't do
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're going to burn him anyway, so
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
This was I just think this film was so well written.
Yeah. But they took a lot from the source material because number 2 didn't really do that. And
Right,
so
must
this
be a
is very
great comic
similar
then.
to the comic. And even like we were saying, the color schemes and all that. And that's what made it great because the comic's pretty great.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Stick
So-
with the source material, people.
Yeah. So this is going out all over TV as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there she is, very cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why she
boy.
didn't go for Quicksilver, I have no idea. She went
Oh,
for the
I
guy with the
know.
glasses.
Evan Peters
They-
versus fat guy with the glasses. Come on.
Didn't
I'm
they
sorry, that's not nice.
replace him in Kick-Ass 2?
Yeah, they did. They replaced. I think the guy with the glasses was still in it. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
really not sure.
Yeah. he
He's
was
in it, but they replaced Evan Peters.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I thought Kick-Ass 2 was okay, but I think just some of the magic was missing.
Because he didn't stick to the source material.
I don't
but-
think it was all that bad, but it was just I just couldn't quite put my finger on it.
I almost didn't recognize Jim Carrey in that film. Almost.
Exactly.
At one
Yeah,
point,
right.
yeah.
He's one of the things that
Let's-
was really great about that movie to me because I was like, holy crap, that's Jim Carrey?
But he disowned it, didn't he?
Yeah,
When
he
he finished
was
making
ashamed
it.
to admit it.
Yeah.
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 Because the guns.
What a
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, 'cause he was on his anti-gun rant, so then he was being
Mhm.
called out for being in a movie where he used a lot of
Where there
guns.
was violence. Yeah.
Mm.
People trying to cancel him 10 years before everybody else. Poor Jim.
Maybe
And he
somebody
fell
in
for
the
it too.
maybe someone in the chat can find out that cute girl in the middle of that crowd
Oh.
what other film she's been in.
MC, can you just do that
MC?
so they'll stop asking?
Yeah, find her phone number too, because they'll.
Oh my.
Too young. I'm just interested to see if she'd moved on from here because she's got a really good look, So
Yeah.
I was just
Ian wants to
Well,
cast her, basically.
well, no, she's too. She's I don't know how she is. How old is she now? How many
There
years
you go,
ago
you
was this
knew
film?
30
Probably
or
like
something.
mid
11.
Ah.
11.
11.
Rebecca Goldmate.
Oh,
That's what I'm
give
thinking.
over. Give over. As I said, to get to people like them, you're going to have to be in the circle. And I am not, so there you go. That's a weird picture. Put that picture back.
Which one?
That one there. It looks like he's got a nose and eyes and the picture before this.
Can you see the mark as well on his...
Yeah,
forehead?
I don't know what that is.
Go back a picture.
Oh,
Go
back.
back a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's saying.
Where he has
Go
the
back.
5 in front of his face.
Go back a picture.
That one?
Yeah, look. Yeah, that picture looks weird.
Hmm.
No. The other picture, Brown.
The
The
other
other
Which one?
picture.
Forward or back?
Forward. Go
Forward.
forward one.
Forward one.
The one, that one.
Look,
He's got
that's
got
weird.
5 in front of his.
I know, but it looks like he's got a nose, eyes,
Weird,
and and a green mouth. It's really weird.
isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Stream killer.
Insight into his mind.
Yeah.
Just for a second.
Panda eyes.
Yeah. Hmm.
I could probably got rid of a few of these scenes, but
There's
Trying
the
to
scene when
unmask Big
he's
Daddy and
narrating about the
Kick-Ass.
stuff that he's gonna miss.
Mm.
yeah,
The one thing that stood out to me was when he was saying,
Having
"I'll never
children.
see this, I'll never see that." He goes, "I'll never find out how Lost ends," and I would be like,
Oh, yeah.
"You would have been better off getting killed than not finding out." How Lost
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Like after you watch
True.
the ending
Yeah.
of Lost, you're like, you don't
You're
want to
lost.
know. It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yep.
I never want to watch anything by this director ever again.
Exactly.
Lord knows why he didn't get fired. He ended up making Star Wars, didn't he?
Ugh. And now he's moving on to the DCEU.
He's the
Gross.
Galactus of directors. He just goes around and
Failing
destroys
upward.
a franchise at a time.
Mm.
Because he's Steven Spielberg's baby, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. Yeah.
that's why he's quiet, Ian.
Dear. Poor old kick-ass.
Yeah.
Gasoline, fire.
Yeah, but
Aw.
unfortunately, they got theirs, didn't they?
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, Big Daddy.
That was
Yeah, I
awful.
know.
I still remember
I
that scene
hate
now.
that
and it's just
scene.
dreadful, yeah.
Well, because you knew it was coming if you read the comic, right? You're like, oh, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not ready. I don't want, no. You know?
I think he says, does he get hit with a baseball bat or something? And he just says that I've got all these steel implants, blah, 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 blah. But
Mm.
that hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Yeah. And then,
She comes and
Incorrect.
kills everyone.
yeah,
But she's got her night vision on.
yeah.
She doesn't save her dad though, because it's too
Big
late.
Daddy's,
She can't.
yeah, Big Daddy barbecue.
It's just sad. And then, like, the way he talks whenever he's basically, like, kind
Been,
of saying
like,
his last
burning. Yeah.
words, it's just like, child. I'm like, oh my God, this is awful.
This was quite tricky doing screen grabs because obviously it's all strobing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And a lot of them were just black.
We appreciate the effort.
I managed to get a couple of good scenes.
Mm.
Nice.
Nice.
Noise.
Big Daddy's had it.
Yeah. He's got his panda eyes and you know,
Yeah,
crispy skin.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Big Daddy.
crispy bat.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
And she could drive a car.
Yeah, well, it's automatic.
Yeah. She's got, was it 3 million in the bag or something like she was
Yeah,
saying
she's
there?
like, I have $3 million. I'll be fine.
Or was it
Like,
300 million? I can't
No,
remember. I
she
know it
said
was
3 million.
Oh,
No, 3 million. Yeah. She took all that money from Razul, didn't when they killed
Yeah.
Razul, didn't she?
Yeah.
She took all that money.
from the deals as well that they were
Then she's
hijacking. Yeah,
yeah, she sees that. That's the last thing she gave her dad.
yeah. We'll have them when we get back.
Yeah. And meanwhile, he's cleaning up his face,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thinking that they're going to go home, but they're not.
No.
Nope.
And she's tooling up like
Yeah.
Rambo.
He's like,
Um,
no, I was just inviting you to come stay at my house. What are you doing?
Yeah.
She's like, we need to finish the job.
yeah. As I said before, the military weaponry is very impressive.
Yeah.
Mm. They're probably only rubber casts of them sticking on the wall. Probably.
Yeah. Plastic spray painted black or something, you know.
So are you saying that there's a rule that they can't show like actual firearms?
No, in England, you can't use a fake firearm without a proper company being there to supervise.
Who are you
Okay.
going to hurt with a fake firearm?
Exactly. It's a
Unless you
stupid
maybe
law.
throw it at their head. I mean, come on, it's so stupid.
Whack.
I know it's a stupid law, but that's
Yeah.
the law. I mean, when I do stuff as a low budget filmmaker, I have to literally, try and skirt around it and try and shoot fast so that people won't report you and stuff like that. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So there you go, boys and girls. From the mouths of babes, Ian is low budget.
I've always been low budget.
We know, mate. We know.
That's the way to go. I think that's where Hollywood needs to be.
Yeah.
You don't
We've seen what happens
compromise
with
your
high
integrity.
Yeah.
In the box.
I like this scene.
Instructions.
I like this scene. It's a
Yeah.
good scene.
You've got 5 minutes to figure out how to work it.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the penthouse.
And you're all celebrating.
Yeah. Thinking
And
they won.
Jason Fleming gets a gun downstairs, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There he
Mindy.
is.
Yeah.
So
What's
Jason
this
Fleming-
a homage to or a homage to?
What is it? The
Britney
Japanese
Spears?
stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, the music is from the
For a
Clint
few
Eastwood
dollars
film,
more.
Few dollars more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the uniform is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit distasteful for my liking, but there you go. Because
I'm
it's
sh-
got
I'm sure it's
connotations
a-
towards
yeah.
it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's a homage or homage to something. I can't remember.
Anyway, yeah, I like when she kills everybody,
There you go.
shoots him through the mouth.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah,
And then shoots one of the other person with the bullet.
yeah, shoots everybody. In fact,
It's this. I like this where she's just walking away and she goes.
shoots the guy. That's
Yeah, I love that.
yeah, still alive.
Yeah.
And she's
Ruthless.
obviously got all her weapons and costume in that little bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the unassuming nature of the outfit, though. She just completely just fools everybody. Everyone just falls
Yeah.
into her lap, and no one questions anything. She just walks straight through and assassinates everyone she comes across.
They're like, she's just a little girl. What's she going to do?
It's a
Yeah,
big
right.
gun.
Like, oh, honey.
Yeah,
It's a big gun she's got there.
Kind of reminded me
again-
of the scene in Interview with a Vampire when the little girl, is pretending to be scared and
Yeah.
the people come over. Oh, it's just and then she goes full vampire on them.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that's, you can disguise yourself as a little kid and you can get away with just about anything.
That was Mary Jane from Spider-Man.
Yeah. Kirsten
Yeah.
Dunst.
back when she was a good actress.
We have again reached the time of the evening. Bacon, 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 bacon.
Mayor McCheese has spoken.
That's right. Need to change that profile pic, Mary McCheese. We need to see your
Yeah.
face, your burger face.
So Kick-Ass is realizing that he's going to have to do it.
And we're realizing he's not as ugly as we thought he was because he's not
Yeah.
wearing his glasses. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh,
Hit
no,
Girl
he's
is
not ugly.
kicking ass.
Yeah.
Hit Girl is creating more CGI blood for us all.
Yeah.
This bit's stupid. Isn't it? The bit where she takes on everyone like that. There's no way that those people must be they must shoot like stormtroopers. They keep missing her. How could you miss her when there's just a long corridor?
She's
You can only
fast and
shoot one
nimble.
way. Do you know what I mean? You can only shoot one way.
Well,
know?
she's
Well,
going
that-
full Matrix on them.
That's right.
Yeah.
guess.
She's too busy flipping around and like bouncing off walls and shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Smaller target profile.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah. Brave men.
Yep.
He's been in a lot of movies as well. That fella there, the one with the dark hair, him on the right.
Yeah, I've
He wa-
seen him.
Yeah, he's British. He's been in a lot of British
Yeah.
movies. He was actually in the last really good 24 with Jack Bauer. He was in the 24 in Britain. He was in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need Jack to come back.
Oh, I love Jack Bauer. Such a
I need
badass.
to know what happened to Jack.
Yeah, I know. They're not going to do it though, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tweet John Casser all the time, or Cassar. When's Jack coming back? And he says it's basically is it the studio who were just basically sitting on it?
Because they brought 24 back with some other guy, didn't they? A black
Yeah,
guy.
it was
And it
called
didn't work.
Legacy, I think it was called.
Yeah, it didn't
They
Kind of
work.
like what
worked to it.
they did with the Bourne movies and Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to
They
bring
did
back.
bring back. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his
Sorry.
face? No, you're fine. I just can't remember his name.
But Jack Bauer is the one that you watch 24 for because
Yeah.
he's so brilliant, and Kiefer
I
does a really
loved
good job.
Loved
Yeah.
24.
I think
Jack
they're just
will be
waiting for
back.
J.J. Abrams to pick up the project.
Jacqueline Bauer.
Jack would die in that. You know what I mean? He'd
Yeah.
die at the ending. You know.
Just to subvert the
In the
expectation.
first 5 minutes. First 5
Yeah.
minutes, yeah.
Jack will be
Subverting
back.
expectations.
It'll just be called Jacqueline, not Jim.
Yep.
Well, J.J. Abrams will be running the show, but Ryan Johnson will be directing all the episodes.
Even
God.
better. Oh,
No, they'll call Jack Bauer into service again. He'll say no, and then he'll get shot.
Yeah.
But you know what? This
Well,
is what
is
I
it Russia?
missed, right? In the last 24, right, there was a car chase that lasted further than one episode, and I loved it. And at the ending, where he finds out his girlfriend has died, and it's just him, and he kills all the army, shoots them
I
all, and
love
he
that.
chops the guy's head off
Yeah.
with the samurai sword.
That was
It's
great.
so cool.
Because
Yeah.
that goes all the way back to when they he was in season 4, the
Yes.
Chinese
The
guy,
Chinese
and then they
guy,
kidnapped him at the end of season 5, and then
Yeah. And you
Maybe-
don't get things like that no more. That's what so annoys me.
yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe we should do a 24 stream.
There's loads of them,
Sometime.
though. There's
And-
loads of them.
My slant would be that we start and we do it in real time, so it takes 24 hours to do the
Holy
entire
shit.
do the entire series.
Like in one single stream? Like 24 hours?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh my god.
Make sure you hydrate.
Yeah, you have
I
to
haven't
start off. You have to start off, Brown, by saying the following takes place between, and just say that right
I
at the very
haven't
beginning.
watched
of it.
much of 24, so I guess I can't be on that stream. Darn.
Way to chicken out.
Wow. Right, guys.
Now,
So
if
we're
we do
getting.
it season by season, we got to start it at the exact time of the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me.
Yeah.
You know what we do? We do the entire. Is it 7 seasons plus the extra special season?
No,
Oh my.
8 seasons, and then there was Live Another Day.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. 9 overall.
I think we could do all the seasons in 24 hours.
That was meant to be a movie, wasn't it? To Live Another Day was meant to be a movie
Yeah.
shot in England.
Yeah, and
But
they couldn't work it out,
in.
could
Yeah,
they? They couldn't
yeah,
work
they
it
said they
out.
turned it out. Yeah, turned it into a
There was
TV
also
show.
a
so-
TV movie in between. Was it season 6 and 7? Was it
Yeah.
Redemption?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
because they had started filming season 7. The writer's strike happened, so they decided not to air it. But then to fill the gap for the fans, so it wasn't 2 years between seasons, they gave us that TV movie.
And that's when they gave fans what they wanted. Those
Yep.
were the days. Yeah.
12 episodes, still called 24.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I thought it actually works better as 12 episodes.
yeah. Because what was it? There was the 12-hour time jump in the last moments of the final
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
So I had to sleep.
Mm. Right. Shall we move on?
Yeah, we're getting to the business end now.
Yeah.
Hit girls out of ammunition.
And then you go, glory, glory,
I
hallelujah.
loved hearing Elvis when he
Yeah.
shows up.
Yeah. Knives.
And he just comes in,
Yeah.
blows them all up,
And
shoots
then
them
it's
all up.
the bazooka.
I bet he wish he never told that guy to fuck off. In the comic store, yeah, in the comic store now.
So
Yeah.
he walks in with his bazooka, and we think that's it. Obviously, Brave Men poster in the background again,
Mm.
and then Kick-Ass appears with the.
They totally
300,000.
added this in. I don't know why they did this. It was ridiculous, but you know, what do you do? It's Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah,
But did they get away with it, Matthew?
Not as far as I'm concerned. No,
Right, okay.
I don't think they should not have done this. But you know, hey,
yeah. It spice up the ending, I guess.
but the whole point of the movie was that it was grounded. You know, and
Yes.
this completely turned it into Die Hard 8 kind of levels of ridiculousness.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did.
True.
With a little
It
bit
did.
of Iron Man technology.
Yeah.
At least we got to hear Elvis.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. And then, wow, just open those guns up.
He would go deaf.
He would.
Yeah.
He would. He'd be deaf, and also, he's got to be careful that those bullets don't go through his.
Yeah.
One version of the guns, it'll probably shoot him in the head. But yeah.
And then he goes, that was a weird sounding bazooka.
Yeah.
And then they walk in.
And then she takes on Mark Strong, and he takes on McLaughlin, doesn't he? Yeah.
Wallop.
I don't know. I just it was really disturbing when I watched this, when he was fighting that little girl. I was thinking, it's a bit disturbing.
Yeah, I was cringing a little bit with that.
Yeah. I mean, just the idea he's beating up a 6-year-old, not even a 12-year-old. I don't know. Didn't like this bit. Yeah, I didn't like this bit at all.
Edgy.
It's not edgy. It's just going beyond the line for me as a person.
Oh, you think so? Oh, okay.
Yeah, for me it is. Yeah.
Well, so okay, as I'm asking, as a filmmaker, how then would you have approached this climax? I mean, would you have had Hit Girl not be attacked, or
no? I would have Hit Girl take on McLovin.
Okay.
Because I think that the age thing, I could just about cope with that.
profile.
Yeah, it's the age and the size of the guy that I thought. Because in real life, he punches her twice on the table. She would have been out cold. Look how small she is, and compared to him, But anyway, I'm not talking about realism here. I just don't like the idea that he's beating up a 12-year-old.
That a grown man is beating the hell out of a
yeah.
that
I
makes sense.
don't like that. Yeah, for some reason. Sorry.
She's on the table, completely fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her nose would have been flattened after he gave her those 2 punches, but her nose okay.
It's not too shabby.
And then he says, "I wished I had a son like you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad words.
Yeah. And then instead of actually pulling the trigger without saying those, "I wish I had a son like you," if he did, she would be dead, and that would be the end of the story. But
that's the movies.
He had to talk, didn't he? Yeah.
That's the movies.
Give him a bit of time.
It reminds me of like the good, the bad, and the ugly scene when the guy is talking before he's trying to kill Tuco, and he's yapping and yapping and yapping, and then Tuco shoots him because, like, next time shoot, don't talk.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, Ian, have you thought of like the fact that they paired her up with him and Red Mist up with Kick-Ass because of their skill sets? Because Kick-Ass wasn't really a good fighter. And neither was Red Mist.
I know, but there are thousands of ways of dealing with someone who has less experience in fighting than another person. Do you know what I mean? There's thousands of ways of dealing with that to make that work. But as I say, I just don't like the idea that this grown man is beating up a 12-year-old.
No, I mean that makes sense. I just think they did it because of the skill set.
I think they did it because they wanted to shock the audience, because you got 12-year-olds saying cunt all the time and stuff like that. So they just wanted to shock the audience, because this was a 18. I think it was an 18 when it was released in the UK, was it?
15.
Oh, 15. Well, that makes it even worse, because it shouldn't have been a 15. It should really have been an 18. Yeah, it's very violent. Yeah. Anyway, that's just me.
Bazooka.
I love bazookas. I want one so bad.
He did
style ending right there.
He did deserve that, though. Let's face it.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah,
it's a classic villain death.
Exactly. Boom.
It's very, very Hollywood. Very Hollywood.
That's happens at the end of True Lies. You're fired when he finds that.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
he comes out and they're gone.
Rousing music. The music in this film was fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was,
when I was
Henry Jackman, right?
Yeah, when I was watching the film tonight with the headphones on, wow.
Yeah, I went back and looked up Henry Jackman. He did some of the Captain America movies too, like Winter Soldier, which I thought had some of the best music of any of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I think he composed.
This guy really knows how to do superhero.
Yeah,
very
I agree.
Unique.
There was one highlight of Falcon Winter Soldier. The music, Henry Jackman.
Did he do that for the movie also?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, for the TV series.
I'm sorry, TV series. Yeah, I skipped that.
Look at you.
Those are minutes you'll never get back.
I will say, guys, are any of you watching the latest releases on Disney or America? You know, like Lower Decks and stuff like that.
No.
I've just kind of,
Not
I-
interested.
I can't
Yeah.
watch New Trek anymore.
I've just kind of, I'm just not interested in it anymore. Before I would watch them for these streams, but I'm just not interested.
I don't want to waste my time with stuff that's just going to piss me off, you know? And that's why I really appreciate these streams because, you know, we at least get to reminisce about stuff that we really like and we enjoy before entertainment became education and preaching to people, you know? So I don't know. I can't do a lot of modern day stuff anymore.
The wonderful Sherry in the chat.
Hey, Sherry.
There you go.
Amen, Sherry.
Disney sucks.
Yeah. And I do see you in the chat, Tyrone. So hello.
Strange, isn't it? Because I used to like Disney when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Once upon a time, man.
Well, it was
Once upon a
good.
time, they were great. They were innovators. They pushed boundaries. They were the standard that everyone else aspired to be, and now they're just nothing.
When was the last time they made an animated movie?
The quote-unquote classics. And one of my favorite all-time movies is The Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's a Disney movie. And that's before Disney turned all crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So
They just thought we have to entertain people to make money, which was their model going all the way back, and it had worked. And at some point, they got the idea that they didn't need to make money, or they didn't need to entertain, or both. And now they can just shove it down our throats. And I think that, you know, if even sort of diehard, you know, consumers like ourselves are turning away from it, I can't imagine how many, you know, normies are just not tuning in. And people have other things to do. And like you said, Rennie, it's like you know, if you have an hour in your life or in a day, and you could devote it to watching some trash that is going to be the same as the 17 other trash episodes of Lower Decks or, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier or whatever, why even bother? You know, do something else. Watch Kick-Ass again, or go outside and take a walk. Or
watch something.
I think they should remake Song of the South. That's what I reckon they should.
I'd watch it.
Rude, Ian.
Sorry.
Disney is the digital babysitter, so that's
if they remade Song of the South and they race swapped everyone, that might actually be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You know, you can't even find. I don't know if anybody has an original copy of that movie out there, but good luck finding it nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. I know the Cinderella film that they made. The fairy godmother was a black gay guy.
Yeah,
I know that. That's just madness.
That's weird because, like, in the live action one that they did with Helena Bonham Carter as the fairy godmother, that one wasn't too bad. But I mean, why do you have to go there with everything? Not you know what I mean? But like, why? Like in entertainment, why do you have to go there? Why?
And also, she's it's I think it's about after the event, and she wants to be a costume maker, and I think that it kind of, I haven't seen the film, but I think it's all about her basically being independent of the prince that she marries. So it's a big statement film, that one, isn't it? So,
exactly.
I will just say to the guys in the chat, yes, we are just about to finish. This is a long one. We do apologize, guys. So we're just about to finish up. So,
well, I will say this. So a lot of people have been defending Disney because of Star Wars Visions. Okay. You can like what you like, but I have the right to not like Disney, and I will not apologize for that.
Yeah.
They have crossed the line too many times, and I don't feel like What If or Visions is worth my time. That's all I'm going to say.
Racist.
Yeah, no, I won't be watching that stuff either. I don't have time to, you know, you can go, like you said, you can push me off a cliff and then ask me why I'm not standing up at the top anymore. And it's like, hey, sorry, you already pushed me off the cliff. I'm, you know, plummeting down into the boredom of your crap. And so, no matter what they come up with at this point, I'm pretty much done. I know some other commentators have said, and I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, and I just have no interest in what they're creating and pushing out. I can go back and read Timothy Zahn novels. I can go back and rewatch the original trilogies. I can live in my own headspace with what I know Star Wars is, not what they're telling me. You know, what a bunch of hack propagandists are telling me that Star Wars should be. So,
right, okay. So we've got a few more stills, and then we'll finish, guys. So, on the roof, I'm Dave. I know.
I'm Mindy McCready.
I'm Mindy.
I remember
Pleased to meet
Mindy and
you.
Mork and Mindy.
Nanu, nanu.
No,
And
no,
then
no, no.
Marcus taking Mindy to school. First day at school. Never been to school before. And
And then
then
she gets bullied.
the
Poor
obligatory
bullies.
ginger kid gets it.
Well,
Yeah.
he is kind of an evil ginger, which just proves that gingers are evil.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And
So now
then
we know you hate old people and gingers.
And
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver stuck in the middle. Poor old
And his-
Quicksilver.
No wonder he
That's
left
sad.
this film.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mindy
And he's
came
wearing
home
the
one.
kick-ass shirt.
Just
Yeah.
wait till they get a little.
load of me.
I know, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, there's me. Why am I there?
Aw, you're so
I hope you didn't
adorable,
mind me
Ian.
using this.
With your friend.
I don't mind you using it. That's me. What was her name in the film? A female junkie.
I think she was
That
like
was
a
her name.
hooker
Yeah.
or a junkie. Yeah.
Female junkie. That's when me and her were. It was Christmas time and we got really drunk, both of us. So that was quite cool. That was quite
Oh,
very
very,
drunk
very drunk.
on
Very, very drunk.
Ribena. Very drunk.
Well, no, because she was married at the time and her husband was quite wealthy, and she would always take me at Christmas time and buy me champagne and all that crap. And you
Oh,
can't
nice.
say no to champagne, can you? So
No,
yeah, we got really drunk that night. So very nice girl, old cat. She's very nice.
right, guys, we will finish off. We'll just do the obligatory one sentence about the film, and then we'll toodle off. I will just say to everybody in the chat, you've stuck with us, guys. A long one tonight. I do apologise. Bacon.
yes.
Much appreciated, guys. We are nothing
Oh.
without you guys, so much appreciated. So one sentence each, and then we'll finish off. So Rennie, kick ass.
Awesome adaptation of a comic. Highly recommend.
Commander.
This is kind of a reminder to all of us of what movies can be. And so if you want to be entertained, go back, rewatch it, and pray for the day when we can get movies like this back in the theaters.
Peacat.
I could say, seeing it for the first time today, I can't. It's been a while
you.
since I've watched a superhero movie or a comic-based movie that brought a smile to my face. It's been too long that it's tough to remember.
Been a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'll be
Swappers?
rewatching this one again.
Oh, good man.
Rewatchable.
Swappers.
Should have stayed closer to the comics. The comics were amazing, and they Hollywoodized it too much. But still, an enjoyable film, and not woke in the slightest, and still very enjoyable to this day. And again, it shows what can be done with people that just want to make a good movie and not preach to everybody.
Yeah.
And push politics into their entertainment.
Totally different time.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Only seems like 5 minutes ago, but what a different
10
time
years
it was.
ago, it's just like fucking world away. Ian.
Yeah, it's just an enjoyable movie. If you get a chance to watch it, then watch it. I recommend it. It's very enjoyable, and you'll love it if you love comic book stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Yeah.
I think we'll finish there. I love this film. I'd probably say a top 10 for me. I just think Matthew Vaughn, whatever he does, is some of the best films I've seen he's been involved with. So there you go.
Not
so
X-Men First Class.
I will just thank the guest then. So Rennie, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. A pleasure as always. Really enjoy speaking with you guys. And it was a nice surprise to have Commander Culture on today. So nice to see you again.
Thank you. Likewise.
Commander, really, really great to see you, mate.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me on. It was an unexpected pleasure, and the topic couldn't have been greater. Like PCAT, I think, says, the movie brings a smile to my face, and chatting with all you guys does exactly the same.
You're very welcome. PCAT, cheers, buddy.
Thank you, and thanks for not forcing me to watch it, but making this the topic and finally getting me to watch this.
Good man. Swappers, always appreciated, mate.
And you as well, and everybody here. It's wonderful to speak to everyone and be on the same panel as everybody. I'm very humbled as ever, and it's been a lot of fun. It went on for a while, I know, but it has been fun.
Yeah.
And I'm knackered, but I don't care because I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast when you're having so much fun, you know?
Yeah.
Well, we are. I don't know about
Quality of the
the
company.
chat. I assume, I hope the chat are having fun. So I will thank the Mega Geek. Thank you, Ian.
No worries. Thanks for
Oh,
inviting me.
Yeah, always great to have you on, mate. So that's it, guys. I kind of messed up with the Batwoman, Catwoman,
That woman.
so funny.
silly bastard. So we'll do that next week. So on that bombshell, I will say good night, everybody. Take care. We will see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.